Okay, everyone, welcome to our Shadowrun session number 51, or Season 2, Episode 13. We are continuing our story with our characters, having had a few interesting events happen last session. Online today we have Josh. We'll get him in while he's still here.
Hi, I'm Josh. I play Flogger. Flogger, big burly troll. Flogger, run fast, hit hard. And where was I? Oh yes, doors. Many doors. Yes. So, Flogger is a big burly, very quick. Big burly, very quick troll. However, he has less intelligence than your average pebble.
Yeah. Okay. Flogger doesn't need doors. He runs fast, hits hard, goes through the wall.
Yeah, pretty much. He's definitely taken some more stats to rip off harder doors though.
So how does he find doors harder?
Well, the ones that, like heavily security locked and...
For a minute there I was going to say the ones that are actually floors, ceilings, or walls.
Yeah.
Anything.
Flogger's going to start collecting roofs in a minute.
The ones that are hiding on the other side of the wall.
This is
Yes.
the door when you think about it.
Okay.
Flogger's going to soon make his own doors.
Be interesting to see where that
Troll-sized hole in a wall. It's a door.
Would you...
It's technically discrimination that people don't automatically have troll-sized doors. So you can just go around and start enforcing the specification that they have troll-sized doors, and make yourself a business where what's the thing where you install them everywhere.
Something Parliament doesn't talk about enough.
Yes, they got a cat door. It's not a troll-sized cat door, so I need to rip that off and put a new one on.
Mm-hmm.
Discrimination against the big guy. I'm gonna stomp out all that.
You could start a trend, and then like half giants would want their size doors too.
Yes.
Well, there are dragons too. I'm sure if you get the dragon and say, yes, please put in our massive door. And that will be interesting. So we'll move on to Jeremy. Hey, Jeremy.
Good evening, all. Yes. I'm playing Desmond Deadshot, the elf. Grew up on the streets of Seattle, the gutters of Seattle. But has since discovered that she's family with histories that his family didn't know about. There's also history he didn't know about. And he's coming up in the world, joining up with ancients, eventually, and also some random superhero group, apparently. When he worked out exactly how the armour worked, and exactly when he's wearing armour, that he can do more than just hide.
Well, the first time he put the armor on, he figured out he didn't have any weapons.
Or the more reason for the armour, you could say.
That was the second time. That was the second time before the armour. But the point was that both times you grabbed the armour at that point was immediately after he'd been hit and thought, ow, that hurt. I want more protection. Oh, hang on, now I can't do anything.
Okay.
Importantly, he didn't get hit again.
That is true. Next at the table we have Al.
Hello. I play Talon, the narcissistic maniac elf who still apparently has amnesia. I need to talk about that at some point. I need some advice. Business owner, business failer.
Oh no, you successfully start many new ventures.
I successfully start many new ventures, but I just get a little bit distracted and seem not to really be able to, knuckle down on what they call success.
Well, you're always interested in the next venture, not the current one, because
exactly right.
New challenges are what you seek out in life.
Thank you. This is my PR person right here. Always eager for a challenge, or perpetually poor due to my serious financial misadventures. A team player, but also needs to be kept on track sometimes because she, at the end of the day, is a malicious narcissist. No, sorry, the rules of the game are you can't be malicious or self-serving. Yeah. So, you know, she's brought into line.
Malicious and self-serving, though, isn't it?
Yeah, no, look, she's, you know, she needs help sometimes to stay on track, but ultimately she's a team player and she loves the team. There we go.
Okay. Currently in the kitchen we have Ariadna.
Shadow, just Shadow. Let's that be my introduction for today.
So, who remembers what happened last session? And do I actually have what happened last session?
Oh gosh, what did happen? God, what did happen?
We spent time at at Underworld 93.
Oh, that's right.
In the Barrens. Immediately after we got away from the Bully Up Barrens, we then got called back into them again because Declan had to call that, or rather there'd been a message left to him stating that there were some guys dressed in green riding motorcycles that gathered at Underworld 93 and they wanted to talk to me. And so Declan went back there, went there, the rest of the party came along to see what happened.
It was an elf bar. Who wouldn't go?
Well, it's not normally an elf bar.
Sorry, it's not normally an elf bar, it's just the ancients had taken it over at that point in time.
Well, yeah, they had a session.
And
well, it's like whenever a main gang shows up somewhere, most other people don't want to be there.
Declan arrived, he picked up Carlin on the way to have his arm candy to make himself look good when he was going up to the bouncer.
She got more connections than you did.
Right?
She got more connections than you did.
To be expected.
Hey, that was the point of the arm candy. Distractions from Declan. So the main point for him was to go there because he was trying to make up for having missed an appointment with the ancients while he was unconscious in hospital for and so it wasn't entirely certain what to expect. When he got there, it was even less of what he expected because apparently all the ancients were not the lead, or they were all deferring to another elf that was not dressed in green, that Declan come up demurely, went up and then realised he recognised Mr. Harlequin again. Harlequin explained that he'd have another job for Declan to do. He was happy enough with the way the first one went, and that be prepared in a month or so for another card to appear, and don't say no. And then Harlequin appeared, and Declan was trying to find out who the leader of the ancient, or the actual leader of the Seattle Ancient, and got pointed in the direction of a blonde. A woman who again did not necessarily match the standard depiction of the ancients, because she was wearing more gold and then green. And again, they were deferring to her. She introduced herself with grey golden hair, and explained that yes, he apparently knew Declan, and that things were not necessarily. But his bond with the ancients is certainly not necessarily completely broken, partly because Harlequin had been done.
Yeah, he'd been talked up.
As a player knowledge aside, with the realisation that Prayer Golden Hair was someone who some of the other members of the party had met at the hospital bed of
SoCal.
okay, yep, Team Necker. But had also the other plague will go aware that Freya Goldenhair was in fact Declan's sister, that he doesn't know. And that was all the stuff from Declan's perspective, so that's all the important bits.
And of course, he's only one of your character's sisters, because your character has quite a few sisters who you haven't met yet.
Right. He's got apparently a family he hasn't met yet.
Well, hey, he's another one with an orphan background.
Oh.
I think almost
Am I his sister?
Yeah.
But I hope not.
You could be.
Oh god. That's a backstory.
The GM gets the idea.
Hopefully
And-
nothing untoward happens in between
And the
now
GM
and
is
then.
always happy to say we can make that happen.
Well, Declan certainly hopes that's not the case. What he hopes he doesn't find out.
Well, hey, I'm sure we can.
Introduce it just because it amuses him.
Well, hey, I'm sure we can throw in a awkward Star Wars moment of siblings kissing,
Exactly.
Yeah.
and they don't find out about it until afterwards.
Yeah, and then it's fine and we just wash over it.
Never.
And, as far as Declan's concerned, if that wonderful event ever actually happened, then ignorance is bliss, and he has to stay ignorant.
Amen, brother.
Oh, well, now you've made it official. You called him brother.
Okay, so. At the
Yeah,
start
so I
of
just want to talk about what happened to them. I mean, there was some interactions down on the ground floor with a certain dance off and things like that. And
there was a dance-off
exploit with the bar.
we did have an interaction with a dancer by the name of Ogre.
Ogre.
Yeah,
You need to put the right inflection on. Can I interrupt just a sec?
you can.
Elle, how do you have your coffee? We do flavors like vanilla, caramel, butterscotch,
Oh.
Irish cream,
Oh,
etc.
if there was a little butterscotch in there,
that would work well.
that would work for me. Is there any milk additive happening?
Skim or almond?
Almond, please.
Easily done.
Thank you.
Okay, because I can't deal with dairy.
Oh, yeah. I'd be happy to have whatever, but yeah, thank you. That'd be nice.
Okay,
It is
so
vanilla flavoured almond.
Lovely.
But the butterscotch will go nicely with it.
Thank you.
they also found out that SoCal had been collected by a bunch of crash cart corporate ambulance team. Because everything's corporate, part of the corporate. If you don't pay the fire team, they don't actually show up and put out your house.
Okay.
Which is actually how it used to be. Before
And
governments took them
I was
over.
gonna say, we did discover that was Maria Mercurial.
You end up finding out it was Marie Mercurial who had paid for him to be recovered.
Marie, yep.
And you ended last session returning back to the Dead Shop building, which is where you had found that information.
Yep.
Apparently she'd sent it to you earlier, but it was left on the system.
Yeah.
I'm trying to create the team.
Well, there is one of the trolls. There is a Desrin.
Is that Desmond?
Yeah,
Doesn't he
that's
have an
when,
outfit?
that's when he's in his suit.
Oh, great. Okay.
And we had various female characters depending on what people wanted to play.
Yes.
That they
Well,
were
there was
provided
that
by
cat
Ross.
girl one.
And yeah, that one as well. That's the cat girl
But
one.
I thought there was another one that I thought there that probably might have. I didn't know that would suit you better, but I guess it depends on how you envision your character.
Okay, so it is coming up to lunchtime on the day where you've been running around all night doing stuff. It's still the 18th day of March in 2051, which is a Saturday.
I was gonna say, have we slept yet?
Some have, some haven't.
Okay. Sleeping sounds like a good option.
So certainly from Declan's perspective, they'll be continuing the long night. It definitely would be, if we didn't get back to Jet Shop building until probably
About 2,
7
3
o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah, with all the running around you did. So that's why I was saying it's now afternoon at some point.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you have
okay.
slept.
So presumably it could be after that somewhat. Yeah, well, in the case of Declan, he will have definitely been taking the opportunity to have a sleep and then do some tinkering on the bike and the van. And or he was checking up on what happened in the D-Shop building accounts and things like that the day before, so that could be mostly organised.
Well, nothing seems to be out of place. No one's stolen anything recently. But I'm sure there's always a chance.
Declan actually coming, yeah, he was doing that background admin stuff.
Okay, so while you guys are resting up after the busy events, whose phone rings?
Vloggers? He hasn't had a phone ring for a while and he's still got to finish his dance off with Ogre.
He is currently on mute.
Oh, is he? Oh.
I'm here.
Does Flogger wish to have his phone ring?
Sure.
Before the phone ring, I realised I had an extra page of some in my notes from the last session.
Okay, you can bring them up.
Probably worth mentioning that.
Well, the fact that it was in the discussion with Grey Golden Hair, he mentioned that he wanted the attitude of people at a local address adjusted as they were not going proper deference to elves.
That was...
We found out they were probably quite... The legwork indicated the amount of polycom run, and so when we finished it, also the party was considering different ways in which they could have dealt with possibly not involving or not automatically involving killing all the members of the Humanis polycom.
I would like to make an amendment. Desrin was given the task of teaching people how to show proper respect, and he's now figuring out if he can convince the party to help him.
So a reminder of what the Humanis Poly Club is. It's basically a Ku Klux Klan style front where they treat non-humans as if they're of a different colour.
So the rest of the sentence...
He's thinking that in a party of 3 elves, 2 trolls, and a shapeshifter, he's got a lot of love for polycom.
The rest of my sentence was going to be, which I don't think will be hard considering there's 3 elves in the group, and the other 2 aren't exactly into people who do hate crimes.
And so because it's basically like First Nations sort of politics, where they believe they are the rightful dominant people of the world and every other species is just wrong. Think of any hate group you know today and then just spout out those words and you've
the
got
word
that.
First Nations to me, I don't associate with hate groups.
There's a lot of First Nation hate groups out there.
Oh, yes, right. Yes.
Especially in the Shadowrun setting.
Oh god, of course there is. It's a recipe for a school shooting. There we go.
Hey, don't laugh. That might end up as a joke, as a storyline in the future.
Oh, good. Okay. We're a Bondi stabbing. There we go. Okay.
Okay, so Jeremy, did you want them to start tracking down your job information, or get sidetracked?
I was going to say, he didn't quite tell us about the mission yet. There hasn't been a chance, I don't think.
Oh, no, because there was definitely discussion of it at the end of the last session. Because Declan was certainly of the opinion of, well, his first thought was, yes, well, we shoot them all and that'll fix it up. But admittedly, they won't necessarily be showing proper deference to elves if they're dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe there's other options. I'm pretty certain Walt had some thoughts on it, but I can't remember what they were now.
Well, as he's not currently present, his thoughts aren't going to be particularly helpful.
No, that's right. And there's also the fact that I believe there were some that were less keen on just outright killing. But yeah. I don't know that it was necessarily a time limit set on this job. Obviously, it was something that was going to be done sooner rather than later, or sooner rather than later.
You were expected to do it on the Monday morning, so you have a day and a half to sort it out.
Right, yes.
So unlike a lot of the jobs where you get weeks and weeks of planning, this one was, it's a simple job, I'm sure you can sort it out.
Available by many a person.
Actually, I'll change it after this.
So we go to so Jason will have been doing, it was some legwork from Tatiana that indicate the Humanis Follow Club, and he'll make sure to be following up on exactly what we know about the place, where it is, what sort of defects it's got, what sort of response time we can expect from security forces when things start happening, how many people are going to be there, all those sort of pieces.
Well, the layout you got is, it's basically a shop front, which means there's a reception, and nearly everything that goes on in the building is behind staff doors. So think of it as what you would politicians. So a political office in a city would have a receptionist out front to greet everyone with places to sit, and people, when they have meetings, go into a back meeting room. So it's not a secret hangout for dastardly deeds. It's a place where they manage the organisation.
Well, okay. There might be secret hangout in the back areas. It's less well populated, but apparently it's a open-faced organisation. Typically located in...
It's on a main street, not far from schools, the police HQ of Redmond. And you can see Town Hall from there for the Redmond Barrens.
Okay, so it's actually in Redmond, which means that security force is likely to be slower, although obviously it's quite close to headquarters, so they might not be able to ignore it for too long.
So it's the precinct that Harry Callahan works out of.
Right.
And you've seen how he deals with people who cross him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Desrin is not at all worried about going close to that.
Not the ideal, but in some ways it's better than if it was, say, the Humanis Follow Club
in
downtown centre.
I'm sure they're going to work you up to that. Hey, if you're impressed enough here, you'll get more similar work.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, I'm sure Harlequin also had a word in saying for you to do that. He's always a helpful chap like that.
Indeed. But yeah, how big a place are we talking about? How many back rooms and things are in there?
So probably wouldn't be bigger than the average takeout store. So you would have maybe about 3 offices and a meeting room behind the staff side of stuff, plus basic amenities. Like a
And
staff
how
room.
many people are likely to be in there at any one time?
You would expect between 4 and 10.
Hmm.
Basically, 4 would be the skeleton crew, and 10 would be the fully staffed. They would have basic cameras pointing at the entrances and exits. You'd expect the rear door to be set up that it can't be opened from the outside. It's quite easy to build that sort of design into a building.
Yep, absolutely. Okay. I'm tempted to go in there and get 5 on the place, but that may not be quite what we're looking for.
Hey, it's better than saying, I'm going in to carpet the place, and then the next thing we know, you're laying carpet.
Mm-hmm.
So,
A lovely green carpet with daffodils about how wonderful elves are.
And until you got to the daffodils, they would have accepted it. Because Seattle's colour scheme is green.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes the ancients wearing green not particularly standoutish.
But exactly. Including part of the process was to help them show proper deference towards elves. Let's go. Well, like I say, that's basically the Declan's doing a bit of planning for his purposes for the afternoon. Other people might do other things, or they might be wanting to involve in planning.
like, are you there on your own?
Who do you bring in to help you plan?
Well, okay, it was discussion happening. I believe everyone was technically there doing some of the initial planning phases. Whether they've hung around or got bored or whatever, up to them.
I have no memory of that planning at all, so I'm just trying to figure out, are we all at the location right now?
You're all at the Dead Shop building, not the location,
okay, and we're
planning
just
what to do.
What the best approach is.
You just found out it's on a main street across from, or not too far from the local police district headquarters.
All of that. I just wasn't sure if we were actually there yet, or
Not yet.
We're still at the building.
You're still a day and a half away from when it's open next.
Okay, cool.
Oh, day and a half.
Yeah, they don't open on weekends.
Unlike the cat cafe.
Well, Cat Cafe's not open at all at the moment because I did get caught for
Due to the body farm situation.
People pay one way or the other. They literally take an arm or a leg.
Literally. Yeah. This was a lovely coffee.
Oh, I'm glad because
So
we've
like
been,
well made.
been arguing with the
Machine.
machine recently. Yeah, we're quite finished. It's all good. So are you looking for ideas about how to approach this then?
That would help.
Well, that could happen, but again, we're not necessarily likely to do anything for another 24 to 36 hours.
But if we're
Others might be thinking, hang on, no, I've got other things to plan for my Saturday afternoon or whatever it is.
Well, I was going to say, if we're going to do something elaborate, then we might need time to get stuff. And if we're doing something really straightforward and simple, then...
Well, you could potentially go in on a Sunday, redecorate it, and then they show up on the Monday having it look like it is a Elven Appreciation Society.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you could do a nice version, and you could do a message saying this is the nice version of showing respect to elves. You've been warned. If you don't up your game, we will show you the more forceful version.
Just remind me again, why are we even doing anything at all about them?
Because Desmond's trying to get to save face with the gang he really wants to join.
That's right. Oh, that's right.
Yeah. He wanted to join the Ancients, but we got abducted by Grace Wayne, and just while we were in hospital being abducted by Grace Wayne, he missed out on his invitation to earn his colours. So Harlequin's kind of saved his butt by having a word with the Ancients and saying, give him a second chance. So the meeting with Freya was, well, this is your second chance. We want to see how you go, or a part of it, how you go about re-educating these people to show more respect towards elves. Martin's suggestion that we redecorated on the Sunday for them to come in on the Mondays, kind of a humorous one, particularly if you take the course of, and we don't have to do that exactly, but we could take a course of this is us nicely asking, and we'll come back not so nicely asking if you don't pay attention.
Well,
we fully expect them not to pay attention or not so nicely asking, but at least we nicely asked the first time around before we upped the game. We gave them warning.
Plus, you can also do a social campaign where people show up expecting it to be a completely different place.
Or we could burn it down.
You could also use your face as the face of the elven.
Oh my gosh, yes, all of my modelling campaigns. Yeah, that's great. No, I need to get my face away from these sorts of catastrophes.
I don't know if this is a good idea, but you know what one option could be? Someone setting Tarlin up for a fall for being, a body parts, what is it when she was taking
body harvesting, organ harvesting?
Yeah, harvesting and all that.
Yeah.
Why don't we set them up for actually being the people who did it, and get them in the sights of Lieutenant Colombo and Detective Callahan.
Okay, we're gonna need a sack of organs first of all.
Yeah.
Though they do have political clout, so the police will be less likely to come down hard on them.
Oh, well, that's a good reason to discuss it first.
And, okay, if we're just looking for a stack of organs, I understand most of the members of the Poly Club have probably a good touch of say to you.
Yes. I think this
Much
was
fresh.
last session too, so, yeah.
Invite them all to the Cat Cafe. Free drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, what would it take to lure them there?
We will liberate your livers.
More
from your
seriously, Shadow turns to Desmond and says, well, when you do these re-education things in the past, what are examples of the kind of things that are done?
Yeah.
And also, would that be an education role or a culture role?
It would not be something that's advertised because the Humanis Club would squash any advertising of anyone who's turned away from the humans first movement.
Yeah, but surely there's street talk.
Certainly on the street, any such re-education of Humanis Poly Club members is normally short and permanent.
Is what?
Killing them.
Yeah, killing them.
Let's face it, your average Poly Club member isn't really the type who actually understand a subtle statement, and
They're treated like hillbillies.
So are you looking to out and outright murder then? Shadow's asking.
well, that was certainly Dagger's first thought.
Until he realizes that doesn't quite fit the bill he's been given, and it's quite a hard task to make a bunch of elf haters not hate elves.
Is there some sort of magic we can
De-radicalization is a difficult path to go down.
brainwash them?
I still think we should just burn the joint down. Alright, why don't we just redecorate it? Alright, let's just we've been on this topic for years. Let's redecorate the place and say we love elves. Elves are amazing. Post a bunch of pictures of me and my knickers and be done with it.
In your knickers specifically?
Yeah, I don't know, whatever. There's all sorts of stuff floating around on the internet apparently.
And I'm
whatever
sure
they have in this world.
I'm sure there are image generators that are just burning out images of you.
Yeah, heaps, who knows?
But obviously they're not as good as the real thing.
Okay, I guess maybe killing's probably going a bit too far. Why don't we, redecorate it? Or why don't we just shut them down, just steal everything from them and just disable their business structure and then kill them?
Oh, sorry.
Well, remember the fact that this is just going to be one small
It's a brand.
kiosk type brand of a global organisation.
Can we send them a virus to all of their different branches using one of their computers?
I was going to say, what about, something like erasing all their data or
Erasing all of their contacts and everything, so it's really difficult for them to communicate. I can do that with my charm, right? I just look at the computer, do it.
we have access to a dwarf decker, so
Yep.
we might be able to buy something appropriate. I think going about this, I think just killing them all. If you're gonna just kill them all, you have to be very inventive about it in order to impress the ancients.
Another thing you can do, putting it out there, is if you get a hacker involved, you can change all of their payment records to go to elven charities instead of to the people they normally pay to.
Let's do that.
And you've not redecorated anything. It may be months before they figure out that they've been paying the
I was
elves.
going to say, you literally steal the thing, because remember, I'm the Robin Hood in the corporate forest. I'm the one
That's
who,
why I came up with
who
it for you.
originally came up with, and so I'm like, well, if we put a virus in there, the virus not only erases all their contacts, it could also change not just all of their accounts and things, but you could change, like you know how you have, like, rather than deleting all of their records, you could change all of their contractors over to elven contractors. You
But
know what I
you
mean?
just change the payment details, so that way they don't realise it's changed.
Oh, okay. So you mean
Because
something?
if you actually physically
Subtle.
change anything, there's a good chance they'll just delete and reload.
Okay, but can we also sew prawns into the hems of their curtains?
Because that will stink after a while.
Yeah.
I might, that's doable.
I'm not even kidding. That's one of my votes. We should need to do that and change all of their
Another thing you can do is actually put grass seeds through the carpeting and then just water it. And after about a month, they start sprouting.
Yeah, great.
You can do that in workplaces you don't like. Of course, I never actually said that.
I was gonna say, we're not beyond having Flogger install troll doors, are we? Just being like,
Well, I mean, that's the other aspect, of course, is if we did feel we had the capacity to implant the computer virus or change their account or things like that, then doing an obvious physical effect and also possibly a less obvious physical effect may mean that they can know that, hey, something happened, so therefore there's the definite evidence for publicity part of the house that somebody did something to the Volley Club.
yeah.
But if it's a very obvious non-technical attack, then they may be less likely to look for a technical attack as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, doing something like, as you said, doing something on two fronts is a very smart way of going about it, because they're less likely to look for. Oh, sorry, my brain is not my friend. The distraction, as you said, they'll think that
Okay.
that was the thing rather than.
Give them something obvious, and they're less likely to look for the subtle.
And pausing for a moment, M, welcome to our stream.
Things up above the ordinary thing. There we go. Just to protect the table.
Evening.
The heat coming through the bag.
You're a bit quiet there, M.
That's
better.
Yeah, sorry, my mic was just a little bit away.
So would you like to introduce your character?
Hello, I am Bolt. I am the big friendly puppy of the party, and by big I mean, am I as big as Flogger when I'm in full form?
When you bulk out, yes, you are as big as...
Oh, when I bulk out. Okay, well anyway, regardless, I'm big, I'm fluffy, and I'm dumb as fence post. I'm learning how to do the hoodoo magic with Trixie. And she's a very good teacher. And
She tells you you're a good boy all the time.
Pardon?
She tells you you're a good boy all the time.
Yeah. She says I'm a good boy, and I feel slightly stronger this week.
All that hard work in the garden has been paying off.
Yep.
Martin, I'm gonna have to run early. It took a bit longer to go to sleep this afternoon, so I need to get dinner on the way to work.
Okay, so thank you for joining us for the start, Josh.
That's okay.
And hopefully the day isn't too hard tonight.
Touch wood, it's the middle of the week, hopefully not much is going on.
Shame we didn't do the
Have a good night, Josh.
straight away. Next time.
Yeah, next time.
Okay, so who wants to catch M up to speed on what she's missed?
I think Desrin's job, Desrin should.
Yep. Desert.
Pass the buck.
Everyone pointed metaphorically to Desmond.
That's all good. Basically, the recap of the previous session, which involved Declan getting the beating up the Harlequin at under 93 again, and Flogger getting into a dance off down on the ground floor. And then we were discussing that, following on at the end of the night, Declan had also been given a task by Freya Golden Hair on behalf of the Ancients, who also apparently existed, but some people that played know her, but you don't, of the request to re-educate certain people working at a particular address on appropriate deference to elves. Turns out that address was the Humanis Poly Club, which is basically Klux Klan, but instead of being coloured personnel, it's against anything not human.
And with a party of elite non-humans, it really is quite a pointed target.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so we'll basically just discussing potential ways that we can send the appropriate message. The Poly Club itself is just one of the small offices located in Redmond, so in the same district as where we are at the moment. We're like in the Barrens area, but it's quite close to police headquarters. In particular, Harry Callahan's East. And it's now Saturday afternoon after we've prepped to come in the morning, having been up all night at under 93. And the Poly Club next opens actually on Monday, so we're discussing the options of killing everyone on site, firebombing the place and walking away, or something slightly more subtle, or a combination of different pieces. Most recent discussion with the idea of possibly some sort of technical hack that would redirect all their funding and charitable donations. Charitable being a in quotation marks to elven communities without their awareness. and also at the same
I'm sure it'll be
time,
quite embarrassing to come to light later down the track as they suddenly get all these awards for being Elventarian of the Year.
So we were also thinking, oh, well, okay, we might also do something more obvious, redecorating their officers to make them much more elf-friendly. Yeah.
Change the
And then
bottom
basically
of
catches rock.
We love elves.
Change the message back.
Hi, we love elves. Leave a message.
You have reached the Elven Liberation Front.
Dobby has a sock.
Feel free to donate to www.weloveelves.org.
Yep. But yeah, that was basically where we got up to.
And what does Bolt suggest as a cunning plan from a Baldric perspective?
Bolt kind of like thinks about it. Probably hurts.
Oh no, you're quite cunning. You just can't use technology or science stuff or memory. But hey, you're very good at coming up with ways of doing stuff and messing with people.
Mess with people.
So you could be an ultimate serial killer with the amount of cunning you have.
Yeah, don't tell Desmond that.
We don't need to hide that Bolt's serial killer from Callahan and Colombo.
We do have a bigger bolt if we need it. That's for when he uses magic to enhance himself.
Nice.
That's when like I'm really pissed off.
We've got the options here. Shadow needs to make a selection.
So one of the issues, of course, we're trying to do the technical side of the potential is, okay, we don't necessarily have high-tech skills within the party itself.
Yeah.
We've got friends.
We have a contact.
We've got friends that are Italy, and if it's a dwarven hacker, then they may also be happy to do the job for credit rather than necessarily payment.
But apparently I have enough XP to smile it into submission. Smile a virus into it, so who knows?
Once per day you can use your smile to give you a better dice pool.
There we go.
You're not short of money, Desrin. I don't know that
Hey, buddy, have you just pooped?
Credit.
Yeah, I think he's just pooped somewhere.
I'll get it. Yeah, sorry. Just trying to fix this thing.
Nice haircut.
Yeah, Em helped with him today.
Did you leave your blanket out? Is that where he pooped?
I don't know, I just think he's doing that run around he does after he's done it.
Sorry.
I do the same thing, buddy.
Where did the poo? Yeah. Bolt does the same thing.
Or it's I need to get it out
I
and
didn't
run
poop in the
around.
garden. Cunning plan to make people like elves. I mean, have me parade around with my own friends, and anybody who says they don't like elves, they get eaten.
I like it.
Like, you will like elves. Look how friendly they are. They get to ride around on me, and if you don't like them, well, no.
So your cunning plan is to roughly abduct them and make them take photo shoots with elves and say how they love elves. And post that on social media, ruining all their reputations.
You know what we could
Yeah.
do? We could, if you wanted to do something like that, you wanted to do something elaborately funny, just get a bunch of photos of them on their own, get them to autograph them, to authenticate them, you know, like pretend you're a fan, and then Photoshop elves into all the pictures, and then just change all of their what's it called, brochures and things like that. It's got a name. Yeah, change all of that to
all their
have
marketing.
Elves and elf, you know, pro elf instead of not pro elf. Like, just replace all their marketing materials everywhere.
Well, normally you do it on like page 3 or 5,
Yeah.
so they don't actually see it straight away.
Yeah, something like that where, you know, they're not entirely necessarily aware of it straight away, but, you know, have like elf, pro elf type stuff. I'm gonna check the letter. Just fix it.
Certainly happy to go down that pathway, but again, just still got some concerns on our technical capacity to do that, in the sense of, well, if it was someone like me, yes, I can Photoshop a picture with MS Paint.
Yeah. But it could be something that's relatively cheap to do as well. Particularly if we keep it to like all of their online stuff.
Which means you'd have to hack their accounts
But the different thing-
and their separate passwords.
Well, we'll just leave it as a charity thing then.
And to the other factor of doing that sort of stuff is, yeah, if it's exposed as to fraudulent, like doctored pictures, which, as I say, considering our technical skills potentially, it's highly likely I could have the greater effect beyond that. I mean, as soon as they go, if people look at it and go, that could someone play the joke on the College Club, because obviously that's false, that's not necessarily effective, I wouldn't think. So, if we've got the capability to do it,
Plus,
sounds
they
good.
can, if you do it on their social media, they can take it down as soon as they notice.
Eventually, people will watch it in before then, but yes, anyone how obvious it is becomes that factor.
Happy cat. So what would Desren like to do with all the suggestions?
Bolt is very convinced that his kidnapping idea is fantastic. What better way to make people like you than showing them how awesome you are?
Yeah.
By force.
Yes.
Well, hey,
But unfortunately, you are dealing with the equivalent of white supremacists.
and at least Bob can go down the let's use Talon in a video that we could then exploit everywhere, and which is where I was actually thinking it was going to go at one point.
Of course, we all thought that.
Because hey, I'm sure you could even charm us apprentices.
I was going to say, wasn't that part of having them sign pictures?
Yeah.
Yes, it really depends on how bad the pictures are. So what is Desren's plan to get the ancients on his side by making the office there more elven friendly?
Okay, if we've got the capacity to redirect their funds or their funding, that's certainly a desirable result. Even if it only lasts for a short time, we can then also set up that the fact they did it, even for a few days or a week or more type stuff, gets released onto the newsnet after they've actually found it and cut it down.
Well, yeah, you could have it happen over a few days, and then after it's been done over a few days, let one of the elf charities know that this has happened and suggested it would be a good news promotion article.
Publicly thank them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show up in numbers and thank them for their generosity.
Yeah.
Get town hall involved.
Get the mayor on the phone.
And we could also, if we need to, we can prove it. You can ask the Decker that we asked to help us with the virus, or when we upload the virus or whatever, we can maybe get some kind of digital proof for the ancients if that's required, rather than them saying, well, how do we know it wasn't someone else who organised all of this stuff type thing.
Yeah.
Well, of course, that's possibly another, a more expensive alternative would be if we didn't have the technical skills to actually redirect their funding, we could just direct funding to elven charities in their name.
Yes.
As in like a...
I'm going to ask our Decker first and see if she can do that.
Well, that would be an immediate punishment for them, which they then would struggle to undo,
But
especially if it all happened the day before.
Is there any way that there might be a sympathizer or someone who's not totally what's the word?
Indoctrinated?
Yeah. Yeah, who we could like leverage maybe? I don't know.
You can technically blackmail any of them, and they're all susceptible to blackmail. Just how much before they're willing to betray their ideals you have to get on them.
Yeah, right.
And yeah, obviously they've likely all got some weak points. Again, we'd have to actually try and find those. But of the people who actually work at the Poly Club, there's probably not going to be many on the fence on that side of the house.
There will be a bunch of humans who are doing it just because it's a job, and they can get the job because they're human. And you might find that half the office don't really care about the politics and are just there for the paycheck. But you won't know until after you get to know those people.
So definitely maybe doing some reconnaissance.
Well, it's like if you go to the Tier Tangier or Tier Tanog areas of the world, which are elven first, and non-elf in those areas generally is a second-class citizen.
Blasphemy.
So if you, just by being an elf in those nations, you automatically get opportunities no one else gets.
Excellent.
Like so.
That's the way it should be, says Tom.
Everyone should think that.
Sounds like a plan.
But
Yeah, let's do it.
as it is Deserin's run, what does Deserin approve?
Come on, Desrin.
Well, okay. If we could get the technical know-how to encourage them to redirect their funding, great. If that falls through, then we might have a bit of cash set aside that could be donated to an important cause, getting him into the ancients.
Well, technically, they could go the ancients if you wanted them to.
Oh yes, that's a good idea. We need to engage someone. Who's your friend that can do things with computer machines?
Mine.
Yeah.
Sophie.
Sophie. Oh, the lesbian that you're interested in. Okay.
No,
Oh.
technically not a lesbian.
No, the person
Just a
you
boy.
have an interest in, whatever that interest may be.
Technically, Shadow doesn't have an interest in anyone
Oh.
of any gender.
Oh, lovely.
Is the allure?
I can well imagine that Tarlo can't imagine that in anybody, so therefore they would always
I don't understand that.
So let's see, what's that word mean?
What is this? Friendship?
I think there is an actual name for it, but what the name is, I'm not actually sure.
Well, yeah, and I'll back out. This is desperate.
But Deborah would also like to do a bit of redecorating potentially
Yes, I think
at the location
it's
too.
a really good way to go.
Okay, so who are you sending shopping to get your redecoration tools?
You need is a lighter and some kerosene.
Well, if she sends Thailand, for example, there will probably be lots of combustible material and some prawns as well as a fire starter.
Hey, he certainly knows how to coordinate and accessorize.
They'll all complement each other perfectly in the conflagration that comes.
Well, certainly, if it was assigning roles, then Declan would certainly be thinking of Tarlin to go and do the shopping side of the house. He certainly expects or believes that Tarlin should be great at accessorising and providing the appropriate colour curtains and
I'd say with the curtain idea, what we should do is get our own curtains. If you've got your heart set on the smelly prawns, get your own curtains, sew them in and then deliver them as turn up to install them, and when we install them we just bluff our way in as, this was an order, we're just delivering the order.
Okay, so we're going to need some fluorescent vests as well and a clipboard to really, and just, yes, a disguise! I've been waiting for this moment again every game.
And I'm sure with the right sweatband you can hide the elven features.
Yeah, of course.
although certainly when Declan was thinking about the redecoration, it was the idea of breaking into a place on a Sunday when it's not occupied and doing the redecoration, as opposed to trying to get in there and doing the redecoration while people are there.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I was going to say we could easily bluff out. Well, not
We
easily,
don't need to do the curtain idea. I just got ahead of myself. I just got excited.
So
Bolt will happily do demo.
I was going to say that's possibly all. They're just plain salt. This is your kind of thing.
Okie dokie.
Help yourself with any chicken sticks or beans.
Yeah, no, I'm good at the moment, thank you.
Of course, the problem with breaking in is the fact that if we set off any alerts or alarms, which would seem likely.
If there's weekend security, you go in with like a faked up order form, which I'm pretty sure is not beyond one of our computer skills.
Oh yeah, that's it enough.
Document. Just put it as an order form where, we list the order as deliver and install these curtains, and we turn up with the curtains and we install them, and hopefully Tarlin the face gets us past the guards without too much questioning, and we just disguise ourselves. We can wear either have disguise or use disguise. I've got disguise kits, and as long as the three elves don't look like elves, we should be. I'm pretty sure they don't care who does the grunt work.
Wait, so
Well,
what we're doing
it's not just a case of elves not looking like elves, it's the idea of trolls not looking like trolls, and
Well, the
walkers not looking
troll's
like
gone,
dwarves.
so we've just got the Bolt not looking like Bolt. The dwarf would be, and we've made Bolt not look like Bolt before.
Do I have to be in my shitty human form?
Yeah, you have to be the one without the fur. You have to be furless.
But it's
Naked.
it's for a really good cause. It's for like the best cause ever.
Is it though? I'm not entirely convinced now about this plan.
Well, okay. The other potential flaw is I don't think that this is the sort of location that actually has weekend security staff on the front desk. Lock it up, leave it, see you on the week, like leave for the
How
weekend,
do you
see you
know
on the
until
day.
you at least check it out?
We can certainly go to the guy past the keep
I
up
do have
by the wall.
lock picks though.
Yeah, okay, I'll figure out. I would expect it was more going to be a break-in.
We could plan for both events and hope that there's at least one underpaid security guard there, and that we don't have to overcome the things. But you know, if we do have to break in, as I said, I've got lock picks, we've got disguises. If we have to get into like an electronic thing and we fail, when they turn up, they'll see a bunch of people installing upholstery. You know, we're just like, look, you know, our order says we need to do it today because they want it installed before they start work tomorrow. They don't want us in amongst their feet.
Unfair enough.
We're just underpaid schlebs.
Look, here on the work docket, it says they left the door unlocked for us.
Yeah. It says, you know, the door will be unlocked. We don't need to worry about it. So, you know, just because they have left their electronic thing on, you know, we were told we would get docked in pay if we turned up on the weekday business day. They don't want us here.
They did it out of hours.
Yeah, out of hours. So,
They didn't want to publicly pay a non-human group to do stuff.
well, yeah, we could also, you know, leave ourselves in our non-human forms just disguised so that we're not obviously us, and just say, well, you know, we're actually cheaper than human people, but they don't want to advertise that they employ non-humans. Looks real bad.
Or, well, actually, that could also be then on the idea that if Bolt was still definitely in human form, and if there are questions, it could be the sort of thing that, they deliberately want us to provide evidence of non-humans doing serf-type labour, slave labour, and that's why we deliberately held.
Sorry about rings.
It's so chaotic.
It is.
It is chaos in a cat.
He has arthritis. It's the best thing that he can do, and he looks like a bobblehead, so we laugh at him. Sorry, we're just discussing the cat's somewhat chaotic haircut.
Yeah, he was a little bit of a wiggle worm, I think, because I haven't ever done it before. So hopefully
He actually wiggled less than he usually does, so he was well behaved tonight.
While all this discussion is going on, I'm internet searching for cheap curtains, but not so cheap that they wouldn't go in there, but, you know, not too expensive.
Looking at cheap curtains, you find a joke curtain site
curtains are awesome.
where if you turn the lights on the other side of the curtains, you can see right through them.
Oh, okay. How much are they?
They're not worth that. They're, you know, as a joke site, they're about 20 to 50 credits a window.
Do they have hems large enough for the average sized prawn?
They do. They even have pockets to put stuff in.
Can we even get prawns in this universe?
You can.
Perfect.
Unfortunately, most of them are quite expensive because it's real food.
Look, we don't need to do prawns. We can just do any old food that
So-
rocks.
But they do recommend troll poop being the longest lasting, most offensive
and
smell.
it's free as well.
What I want to know though is how do we apply the troll poop? And is it like prawns? They smell worse as they go off, and are they hard to determine?
Troll poop never stops smelling.
Okay.
The advantage of prawns is they don't smell immediately.
Does it smell straight away? Because we want something that's a bit more subtle than troll poop then. My actual plan or thoughts are to take something from real life, send Bolt down to Trixie and see if she has any fruit peelings from her garden that she's happy to part with. Because we were trying to identify a horrid smell at our workplace once, and it turned out it was an off orange in someone's drawer, and it permeated the place.
I was going to say, Bolt will pipe up and say, well, there's always a compost.
And what you do is you pull the drawer out, put it behind the drawer, and then push the drawer back.
Well, with getting fresh, as fresh as you can or dried out peelings, they actually go mouldy over a certain amount of time, so it won't be obvious straight away, and that's what we want. Something that isn't noticeable straight off.
You will have that fresh, clean smell on the day they come in, and then just get worse over time.
Yeah, and that's why I specifically, I will write a very specific note for Bolt to take down to Trixie, and see whether or not I'll give Bolt also a little thing of credits with enough money to cover coffees for all, to order takeout coffee, and a bag to put all of the multi stuff that I want in as well. So if Bolt's happy to go and do that little trip, we'll order some joke curtains with. Let's see if they've got.
They even have installation and delivery options.
Do they have?
We probably need to do the installation just because of the,
Remember also the idea of hiding the stuff in the curtains is probably less valuable because it's not the curtains that have stayed very long.
We've spent a good half an hour on these curtains. We're really invested right now. We can't go back.
Okay. Well.
I think we put the curtains up as part of the whole decoration, but the thing to remember is that it's no good putting prawns or other things in the curtains because I don't expect the curtains to survive half a day.
Why don't you think they'll survive half a day?
Because when the Humanis Club gets there and finds out the place has been decorated like an elven fairyland,
well, we don't have to. We can pick curtains that don't actually stand out, and so they might get rid of everything else, but not the curtains.
They also have the corrugated iron curtains that you fix into place, and so when people try to open or close them, they just can't move them.
So,
remember, we are talking the Redmond Barrens here.
So, first thing, before I order or buy anything, I'm just going to back up a step. And how far away is this office?
Office is from where you are, probably about an hour or two through traffic.
What if I take public transport or walk?
Walking, about 3 to 4 hours. Public transport.
Okay.
Well, by the time you walk to where the public transport is, you may as well walk there.
Okay, so I have to drive there, I guess is the most easiest way. We should at least go and look at the place, and first of all we need to know, if we're going to do any redecorating at all, we need to know how big it is, how many windows it's got, if there's a security guard on, all of those things. So I suggest we scout the place out first, if you guys want to go ahead with that part of the plan.
Should we not, or are we not considering as well, like, sabotaging their, like, payments?
Yes.
And
There's
that's
two parts of this plan.
Well, we can do that when we get there. Right?
Elf fantasy stuff. Not the elf fantasy. There's the redecoration plan, and then there's the charitable funds plan. The charitable funds will require us to, at the very least, get in touch with Sophie and find out if she can do that. So my suggestion would be that while I'm getting in contact with Sophie and figuring out the virus side of things, perhaps Desrin and Elle, we'll divide up the
Scale
tasks
Yep.
because we need someone to do the reconnaissance and someone to do the charitable funds donation sides of things. Sorry, I'm just going to see if I can settle the cat because he's meowing. He's digging right into my hearing aid and it's causing me pain. Alright. What's the matter, little one? Aside from the fact that you probably...
Yeah, okay, so, Shadow will contact Sophie to find out whether or not he's available tomorrow to conduct
Isn't tomorrow Sunday?
hopefully internal act. Dagrin and Carlin will take a bit of a ride on the motorbike and take a look at the place. We've certainly seen, we've got the internal schematic type stuff, so we've got a map of how big the place is and windows and bits, but we all want to find out. I could have that security guard happening there this afternoon, and therefore whether it's likely to have one tomorrow. And Wolf was taking a trip to Madame Quickie's to pick up some aromatic supplies particularly.
That's only if we still want to go ahead with that part because I keep getting two messages. One, we really want to do it, and the other one of it's not necessarily practical to do. Are you going ahead with the mulch stuff?
Oh, the only thing I was saying with the aromatic is the idea of inserting it into the curtain. If we place curtain, it's probably not the ideal. If we went off putting it in the entire curtain, or, as I said, put it behind office desks or behind inside office drawers, all that got to be pieces.
We could do that instead.
It's the easy option.
Yeah.
Tape it into the ventilation.
That sounds good. So Bolt can still
Yeah.
get the stuff from Trixie. I'll contact Sophie. And then do the scouting things. That's right. I was going to get the cat's blankets
Yep.
and settle.
Okay, so with that in mind, who are you sending off to do what? And how much are you offering the rest of the party to help you with this? Because you had
Right.
terms last session, you had skimmed over that part.
Absolutely. Jason was working on the idea where everybody in this party is going to have a qualifier. So,
Yeah, but most of them hate them enough to shoot them.
and Shadow's already keen on the Robin Hooding business, so we're following down that pathway. Carlin would love the opportunity to redecorate a Manus Comic Club facility.
In the latest cat cafe style.
See-through curtains.
So like I said, and certainly Deglin's had no indication from any of the extra parties that they're concerned about payment at the moment, so he's good, yep.
Sorry, what's that?
Shadow's going to contact Sophie to find out whether or not she's available for a quick run tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll heading down to Madame Trixie's to try and pick up some extra supply. And Declan and Carlin will go and do a reconnoitre on the site.
But you were saying something at the end of that about something about not being concerned about something.
About payment with people.
I am concerned. You're getting the whole bill for Sophie. I'm not paying for this. I'll
No,
help
no,
you
no.
set it up.
Redirect some of their accounts.
Okay. It hadn't come up at all until Martin mentioned that it might come up to people.
No, I did mention previous that I am not paying for you
Even
to
Sophie,
get away.
certainly.
It was also mentioned last session about Desmond potentially paying the rest of the group. That's why the GM brought it up.
Yeah, it has been mentioned, and this is your
But in the case of Sophie could walk. So likely she's going to be happy to do anything in the Poly Club as well.
No, she's going to get paid.
That is racist.
She deserves equal rights. And she's got skills that she's offering. She deserves payment for those skills.
Plus, she's not harassing them, she's helping the elves.
You're misunderstanding me. I'm not saying that she and everybody else doesn't want to get paid. I'm saying the fact that everybody here takes the Humanis Club, so therefore they're more likely to offer their services at discount rate if they're going to start getting it.
Yeah, I mean, might as well ask.
Well, isn't it lucky it's me who's meeting with Sophie, isn't it?
So what is Desmond's bottom line for paying for Sophie? How much is Desmond offering?
I know that she's available. Let her know what the run is against and what it's for.
Yeah, I'll do that.
That's right. Find out what she's going to cost. If the cost is out of the market, then not going to be an option. We'll have to go back to effectively paying for paying donations from us. Yeah, that's good. Desmond's perfectly confident that, hey, look at the opportunity to take
I'm worried
that
about how confident you are. I wonder if the expectation of the expectation that she's just going to discount it just because of who they are, and that is maybe, taking her for granted a little bit. But look, I will put it towards her that this is a job for you, and these are your expectations. And as Martin said, what's your limit? Where is your cutoff? If she says she'll do it for, 500 credits, is that enough? If she says, job like that's actually quite hard, it's going to cost me, X amount, so I can't charge anything less than 1,500. Is that at what point do I tell her the job's on or the job's off?
Okay. Well, what's Desmond's expectation that that's a job for a hack would cost? The problem is that we don't normally do it because Skokel is the one who normally do the stuff, and therefore he takes a share of whatever costs come from the run.
So from Desmond's perspective, he has no idea because SoCal sorted it all out for him, or Tatiana had managed to make things happen. So to him, it's all magic, and he's never paid for it.
You could just ask Tatiana. If you want, just ask her.
Okay, the mum. We'll go for a Shadowrun of Law roll, and then whatever that indicates, you let me know what's an appropriate figure based on what his knowledge is, and then that'll be the figure that she goes, good, well, I'll find out what the figure is, and then I'll have my own sort of, hang on, now, I'm not interested in paying 10 grand for it.
So it's one
yellow and two green.
Sorry.
It's okay. I've been overusing everything today. What's it against?
One yellow, two green.
It's a hard task.
Are you spending a token at all?
I might as well.
So that's
one of the
swapping
green
that
becomes a
over
yellow.
for one of those. Right. Oh crap. That's not a great. Oh, that's just strain, right? Though.
Yeah. So, you successfully think about it, though you are finding yourself with one string from the effort.
That's all right.
I tried to do the wrist movement.
The brain work is quite tiring for him. He doesn't normally have to think. You think, on average, you're looking at probably between 500 to 5,000, depending on the danger phase.
That's crazy.
Because basically, if it's traceable to the hacker, so you'd pay more if she's not getting anything out of it. You pay less if she's getting stuff out of it, but she also risks danger of being tracked.
Alright, I'll have a chat to her about all of the options.
And then there's
helping
the
Desmond.
on-site and remote. So on-site would probably be cheaper than remote, but then you would also have to protect and
Yeah, and
do all the hard work.
Desmond's already suggested on site. That's why we're going to see if she's available. And
Yeah,
to be clear, I'm not
if
against
it's
helping
happening,
Desmond. I just don't think you should be taking the services for granted, in the sense of, I was thinking of what Martin's pointed out exactly. You know, this is a non-human hate group. If it gets traced back to her, it could actually be really bad for her. So she does have those things. You know, she won't necessarily do it for free, because she may have to lay out money to cover her tracks.
So for a remote hack from her location, she would basically charge the most.
It could be bad for us as well. The difference is we're going to give her a choice.
Well,
it could be bad for you. You want in, out? No, what's your price?
That's
Let's
it.
lay it down.
Yeah, we're at least giving
Make
her
her own
choices.
choices.
Now, you can go for something different. You don't have to go for this, but this is probably a cleverer way to make them respect elves than just
Absolutely.
shoot up the place.
Okay. Certainly, I would prefer this option. And that's why I'm also willing to back it up with potentially some personal funding if it fell through. But obviously, something that needs to be in the back of his mind. Have a talk to Sophie, find out if she's available, first of all, if she's interested, and then what sort of cost she's looking at, and Desmond not having the good understanding of how the whole tracking system works. His main thought was, well, hey, if she's had to be on site, on a site where we're not expecting any security particularly around, and certainly not expecting a particularly dangerous location, except possibly the police response. And it means that if she's inside the system, she's not worried about any of the external defences of the Matrix. But yeah, so if his assessment is the 5 to 5,000, 500 to 5,000, yeah, then when asked the question about what his ballpark figure is, say, find out if she's available, find out if she's interested, find out what she's looking at, happy to go up to a couple thousand.
Alright, we'll start off with that. So I'll send a text.
No, start off with the fact about a colleague club, but it's a good opportunity to get the evil hate group.
So I'll send off that text asking for a meet, and then I'll go with, rather than writing a note for Bolt, I'll go with Bolt, because it would be nice to visit Trixie.
Okay, so while you're on the way walking to Trixie, your phone rings.
Okay. Wrong book. I'll just use this one. So I've got more than one book. Yep.
You see Sophie's picture on the as the caller ID. Has one of those sticking tongue out, eyes half crossed.
I laugh because that's and I remark, I really like your picture.
Your face.
Well, that's just the caller ID before you pick it up.
Yeah, so when I answer, I'll laugh and say I really like the ID photo.
And you hear the sound of a helicopter blades in the background going boom, 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 boom over the thing.
May not be available.
And she goes, so, Shadow, what's hanging?
Well, technically my feet are on the ground, but it sounds like yours aren't.
Just having a few... how do we put it? Aggressive negotiations. You hear the sound of machine guns in the background.
Your life is more interactive than I imagined for a Decker.
Well, I love me machines.
This is kind of expected for a dwarf, if one were to profile in a positive manner.
I ain't got no beard.
No, you don't. She doesn't, does she?
No.
If she did, that's okay.
Neither do I. It's a choice, I tell you. A brave choice. One that I make at the...
no expense spared, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was going to say, one that I make at great expense to myself. You know, it costs a lot to exfoliate these days. I was wondering if I could. It doesn't sound like it, but I was wondering if you might have time be available to do a job for me, because SoCal, as you've probably heard, is still laid up from being jumped several weeks ago.
Yeah, I haven't seen him on the net for a while.
Well, no. Not only did he get himself a great neural buzz from the wrong network. A bunch of, I think, Lone Stars, not just beat him to a pulp, but broke his spine. So, we're currently been working on getting him back on his feet, because I think that's really too far for even a decker like SoCal.
Yeah, well, he was a bit of a weedy sort. Wouldn't take much to break it.
Bless his fast typing fingers, he actually went out into the real world because he was concerned about us after we had some fun with a dragon.
I've told him he needs to get out more. He's a bit pale.
Yeah, no, I don't think this is going to encourage him. Because it's kind of the first time he's really left his room, and he got his back broken. So I have a feeling that getting him out of his room from now on will be a whole lot harder.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Is this true for SoCal? You know, we both know him. I don't think it applies.
Limp-wristed if there ever was one.
Yeah.
God love him.
Yes.
Big grip, very strong.
You get a bit of static on the other end as there's a loud explosion.
Just ask her.
Being that SoCal's not available,
I'd
considering...
expect it to be a bit hard to do that. They'll have to rib him about being on his back for a while.
Yeah, he's...
Don't tell me he's with that elf chick that he's got those pictures of.
Yes, actually, well, kind of. She's not with him, but she's been paying him visits.
So I'm sure she's the one that broke his back. Just made everything out for street cred.
Look, it would do me great joy to have you send him flowers with exactly that written on it, and I'll pay for the flowers and the delivery if you do.
Sure, so when do you need the job done?
I was hoping tomorrow.
I might be able to squeeze that in.
It might be one that's also better done in person, but it sounds like you're very much the opposite of SoCal, and that may not bother you too much.
Oh no, I'm good at kicking in doors and giving someone a grenade where they don't need it.
Technically we've got a troll that removes the doors for us. He likes to collect them. But, you know...
I told him to stay away from my gear.
You can lob a grenade or two if necessary, but we're trying to go for more subtle on this job. What we're trying to do is reallocate some funds from a poly group called
Humanis.
Humanis. We kind of want to...
Yes, ooh, that's a bit tricky. Have you got passcodes for their mainframe?
No.
They never have any data on site. They always connect to their headquarters.
I see. Well, it seems like this is a good reason why I called you. So
if you've got any of their passcodes, I can truly drain their... give them a good drain.
For an inexperienced elf like myself, getting those passcodes, I would go to their headquarters. Would I just need one of their higher-ups?
Oh, just a couple of reductions here, a few thumbs taken off there, maybe a bit of water and bouncing.
So what's the best way to find out who I need to abduct and whose thumbs I need?
Whoever's name's on the door, that works well.
Okay, alright, so I need to do a bit more reconnaissance than I thought. Okay, this is all good. I can find out this information.
Though there is only a small window of opportunity when they go missing, so normally they have a check-in point for anyone who has that sort of access.
Okay, so what kind of window are we talking?
Depending on how important they are, anywhere from an hour to 24 hours.
I am an adventurous elf, but not overly adventurous. I'm going to go for the absolute lowest rung on the ladder that could give me the access I need.
Well, then do the receptionist. I'm sure they have absolutely nothing to do with the place, but they're the ones who are given all the dirty jobs.
Oh. See, I could have a way in with that receptionist that doesn't require abduction but rather seduction. Now, I have a very seductive elf on my team that would do very good at it, and if she doesn't work...
I've heard she'll do anyone.
I have an equally seductive troll on my team as well, so...
There's even this footage going around of... I don't think I want to describe that just now. It even sickens me.
Look, I don't need descriptions either. It's kind of like a place in the world that I just don't bother going. At least not at the moment. We might actually need help with that one later too. Even though...
What, to play the video?
No.
Install it on their screensaver.
On a side note, people have been taking liberties with her image. And although she does do a lot of things, she doesn't do all of the things that she's purported to do.
Yet.
And
I believe she franchised.
yeah, some of those franchises aren't actually hers. But we're just going to stick with this job because it's the one that's in front of us right now. So if I can get myself hold of said receptionist between now and tomorrow, probably tomorrow, what kind of window are we looking at before anyone, if I'm able to kind of lure her more willingly?
Well, because it's the receptionist and not one of the higher-ups, you have to do it during business hours. And you sort of have probably about half an hour as the main window of opportunity for that one. Last time she did it in the Pulley-up Barrens area, it took about 4 hours for the police to finally rock up. They were in the high priority of that area.
Well, this one would be in the Redmond Barrens.
You're looking at maybe 1 to 2 hours, depending on how much they paid up the police that month.
So, look, I'm just working with like a rough draft here. If we got to her first thing in the morning, say on a Monday morning.
4:30 would probably be the better time because most of the uppity ups will have walked out at
so
that
you mean
point.
in the afternoons better?
That
Yeah.
way, you expect most not to be there.
No, good. Well, this is why I'm talking to someone who's a lot more experienced than I have. So if we aim for say Monday with meet up with you at 4, we get her on board. Hopefully, and we do it between say 4 and 5, and then 4 and 5:30. Is that like feasible?
It is feasible.
Yep.
But you definitely want to get out depending on how close response is.
Okay, yeah, alright, so we want to try and make it a quick turnaround. Is that enough time for you?
I should be able to do it in that time.
Okay.
Especially on site because, well, if you get them before they lock their computers, it's very hard for them to say no when you're busily sending their money elsewhere.
Okay,
She's done it at gunpoint many times.
this is good to know.
Well, it's how you get donations out of the Humanis Club.
I gather this is not the first time people have done this to the Humanis Club.
Oh no, the Crimson Crush do it fairly regularly.
This is also... Who are the Crimson Crush?
A group of Ork gang, Ork biker gang.
Nice. Alright,
Who
well...
are currently after Bolt.
Side story. Side
Trying to stay focused here. I haven't quite finished the coffee, as you see. And so... God, it's hard to stay on track with these ones. I forgot to turn this over too for Desrin when he used it. So, if we lay the groundwork down with the receptionist, get her at about 4:30, 4 to 4:30.
Well, you could always give them a free lunch with some laxatives. That works well.
Oh, okay.
Not many people want to stay in an office where everyone's got the crappers.
So you're saying rig the whole office with the laxatives,
Yep,
or just the
especially the
receptionist?
security.
Okay. Well, you know, that is entirely possible to do as well. I just got a lot of options now, and it's very hard for me.
I have lots of more options if you want them.
Look, I need them to slow down.
There's the old Pineapple Express.
I don't know what the Pineapple Express is.
You introduce the boss to a pineapple in a way he doesn't want it.
Yeah, no, we're not going down that road right now, although that sounds like...
And I usually leave a grenade in there just so he's got that fun ending.
To be honest, I thought the pineapple was the grenade, because they do look like pineapples.
You know, the pineapple hurts more than the grenade going in. And the grenade hurts more coming out.
That's a point as well. This is a conversation I never imagined I'd have, but I'm
your kink is not my kink, and that's okay.
I'm absolutely appreciating this at a level you probably will never quite appreciate yourself. So, rather than switching plans around and things like that, I'm just trying to lay down one set path.
Sure. So,
Is it laxatives at lunch, or is it seduce the receptionist at 4?
Both. You seduces the receptionist beforehand.
Right.
Probably the night before, at least.
Okay. Yep.
And make sure she doesn't have any of the free lunch that's coming in, knowing it's coming in.
Right.
And then the rest of the staff have the crappers and leave.
Right. Okay. We can do all of that. So if it has to be done in business hours, my plan will be to have my lady seduce the receptionist on a Sunday evening, and then take her out for lunch on Monday, deliver a very nice free lunch to the rest of the office under one of the names of one of their supporters, filled with laxative, which will take them out for the afternoon, deliver the receptionist to a pretty much empty office, and then get you in with my guys to upload whatever thing that needs to be uploaded to make the charity.
Definitely want to make sure the receptionist arrives before they leave.
Okay, alright. We will I will make sure I use laxatives that won't kick in until at least an hour after we deliver our receptionist back to her office.
What have we taken from the what have we gotten from the receptionist when we take her out?
We're
get some codes.
We're just buttering her up so that she'll give us codes.
Yeah,
yes.
cool. Got it. Yeah.
So that's
because if she logs on to the mainframe, most receptionists have the authority to pay on behalf of the company.
Yeah, they do.
Great. Okay.
So but I'm just making sure that Sophie has an understanding of the plan before I get back to you guys and say, well, look, I don't think we'll actually be redecorating the office at this point because I don't think we want them to be alert to that just yet.
Yeah.
What we want to be doing on the Sunday night is
Plus, you can also pay for them to redecorate it in the style you want, because they're going to have to redecorate after the laxatives.
Yeah, definitely. And this conversation is good in its timeliness because I know a certain shaman that I could talk to about the herbal laxative effects of certain...
if you know the dog lady, yes, she does have some really nice tasting herbal stuff that really gives you the crappers.
Yeah, so I'm just on my way to see the shaman Trixie just now, and I'm fairly sure she'll be happy to assist us with that. So this is all good news.
I'll tell her I said hi.
I shall pass on your goodwill. So we'll make we'll make an appointment to see you on Monday afternoon. I will text through confirmation that everything's going to plan.
And what rates you offering for the job?
To be honest, the person the job's for would prefer to pay less for more, but
and she can do it for a favour down the track. She could always use someone to seduce someone else for her.
Just to make it clear, the person who this job is for is Desrin Deadshot. So any favours that are going to be owed will be paid.
You sort of get the shrug of, doesn't really care. We prefer the seducing elf.
I can't volunteer the seducing elf. I don't know if the seducing elf is willing to go that far for Desrin.
I'm sure Desiree can pay the elf, and then the elf can do a job for me.
Look, that's going to be entirely up to Desrin and Tarlin, who's the elf here. I will only commit Desrin to a favour though in this case, because I am fully of the belief that it's something that he needs done, so he gets to have responsibility for it. And I'm sure he will be okay with not paying any money out. Not sure he'll be okay with it being a favour, but you're a really good decker from what I can tell. You're on a helicopter right now blowing things up. I'm pretty sure that if you want to get blood from a stone, you will.
Well, I haven't really been paying attention to what I'm shooting at, so I should probably look at that again.
Look, it was really nice having this phone call.
It was more fun than what I was shooting at.
I did have a lot of unexpected fun too. I will let Desrin know of his responsibility to you, but emphasise the free cost for the moment, because hopefully that means he won't look at it too closely.
Sophia, click.
Thank you.
Yay, well done.
Yeah, I didn't have to roll any dice, so I was expecting to.
That was a hot mess, but you got all the info you needed.
Keeping on track of all the champion subjects is really hard. Especially because my side's burning right
And
now.
hey, NPCs do like to throw in curveballs.
No, well, Sophie always has, and that's one of the reasons why I like her. She's very laid back, and unlike SoCal, kind of more willing to get her hands dirty, so to speak. SoCal's kind of more like a...
I'll send you in. Here, take this, plug it in.
Yeah. And he doesn't give ideas so much as he just kind of lets you do all the brain work for him, whereas Sophie's like, oh, you need a plan of how to get in there? Well, I've got experience at this. You want the laxatives at lunch. and if you're looking for a low level person with a lot of access, you want the receptionist. So she just handed me the right people and the right plan, whereas Sokar would have made me work really hard for that.
Yes.
And he would have basically told you afterwards, well, you could have done it this way.
Yeah.
And it's like, but...
Why did you tell me that?
He would have pointed it all out after the fact. Yeah, no, I get that.
Okay, just for confirmation, so Eklund grew up on the street. Doing things for a favour is standard bargaining.
Well, that's fine. I'm about to send you a text saying...
got no reason whatsoever.
So the information, so the actual information that I'm going to give you is that Sophie's agreed to do the job for a favour from you, but a change in the setup. There will be no redecorating today, because she has experience at this, and her suggestion is that we'll need codes for the mainframe, and to get codes for that we'll need the receptionist, and we'll need to do that in business hours. So probably best not to have
No shit in the curtains, basically.
Yeah. Don't put shit all over the curtains right now. But we still need reconnaissance. Still need to know kind of entries, exits, security, that kind of stuff. But the other thing we need to do is figure out who the receptionist is and where she hangs out on Sundays.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, how do we do that?
Well, you guys are on your way to the office, so you could probably get the information about the outside of the building, maybe call the office and see what the out-of-office messages are. See if there's, if you can see through a window, there might be a nameplate with the receptionist's name on it. Or you might be able to look on the website and it might have our staff type stuff. You could look in the newsletter section of their website if they've got a newsletter section, and just see if the receptionist is mentioned there. See if there is a security guard on. He might have information that you can seduce out of him, such as who the main receptionist is, that kind of stuff.
Or it could also be the fact that the legwork that Tatiana did to find out that the component had the QX with Humanis quality plant, able to say a map effectively of the officers and the back rooms and all that kind of pieces. It also has a staff list.
Martin may want you to roleplay it, so it'll depend on what he decides.
Yeah, no, they can't. On the fact that Tatiana had done some, I'm thinking, well, hey, we can find that in staff list was already in there.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's see how charming Desrin is towards his bike.
Oh, so this is going to be a roll?
Yes, Desrin's going to have to make a roll.
How do you charm it? Oh, well, she's what's
He
the
does
word?
have a decent charm.
Sentient.
By not getting her name wrong.
Yeah, not getting a name wrong.
He has gotten it wrong a few times, and she's been very petulant.
What is...
I've remembered it most times in recent times.
Because a few times when he's gotten the name wrong, she just didn't answer.
Yeah.
It's like, why is he answering? Must be out of range.
But then also, at that point, when most of the time when he got the name wrong, he didn't really understand who or what she was then either.
3 yellow, 1 green.
3 yellow, 1 green. I thought I might end up getting another yellow out. 1 green. Are you spending the
And why not? Because if we can get the information for free, then it's a lot easier.
Yep. I don't know. Martin might decide he wants to make a roleplay for it anyway.
You will have to roleplay some. But she had done some pre-work beforehand.
The point was
Just seeing how
No
appropriate the
despair,
pre-work
so
was.
that's always a good sign. That wrist thing usually helps with the dice.
Okay, so you are successful.
Oh.
You do have a staff
pretty
list with hobbies and inappropriate conduct and disciplinary marks and...
Well, this all sounds really good because it'll make it much easier. For
including bathroom break times, smoking times, actual entry and exit signing times, the sort of cars they park, whether or not they're environmentally sound or not, were they bought from a human or an elf, and it just goes on with all these details of
almost
just...
an overflow of information.
Sock size.
The challenge is now going to be another roll.
And it wasn't
determine
Tatiana getting this. This is what the Humanis Club has on its own staff.
Stuff. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was gonna say that you'll have to make another roll to see if you can figure out what the relevant information is.
But
amongst
but absolutely nothing on the person running the place.
the receptionist.
No, the
Right.
The CEO type person.
apparently he's the one who's kept all the goss.
That
At
guy.
the moment, that doesn't necessarily matter for our immediate goals, right?
And it turns out that the receptionist file's fairly easy to find. She's a 14-year-old getting paid $10 an hour, 10 credits an hour.
I think we might have to take a different approach to this.
Who has a hangs out at the Goth club on weekends.
You get to go goth. Do you have goth in your fashion?
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, okay. No, I'll be her best friend.
Yeah, I think it's going to have to be a best friend.
Yeah,
deal.
it's going to have to be that. The whole...
I think seducing a 14-year-old out of it. Even for Tarwin.
The only question
No.
to Excellent's mind then is if the receptionist is a 14-year-old girl, is she likely to have the access that Sophie expected a receptionist to have?
They do give those sort of people access. She might not have access to all their funding, but she can authorize payments.
As long as she can authorize
That's fine.
payments.
And if she has access to authorized payments, then someone with a little bit of know-how can just give her a little more authority.
Yeah.
That's someone being Sophie, I presume.
Yes.
Or like the ridiculous account might get the access.
Is that empty?
Yes, is the intent of the plan that the receptionist is present while Sophie does her work?
She'll most likely have to be present because otherwise the any sort of system would have to have regular biometric checks for anything to do with money.
We can distract her, I'm fairly sure. We can probably
Oh yeah, no, I'm not much about it. It was more just confirmation that.
Not necessarily alive though. Biometrics are a finicky thing. You can actually still get some of it to work without the person being alive.
Yeah, no, we don't want to kill a 14-year-old.
Yeah, the whole even for time, I don't know.
I like
Seducing
it.
Okay.
possibly killing a kid.
He's still a 14-year-old that works for Humanis Collie Club.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you know.
She's there for the $10 an hour.
Yeah.
Or she's there because Daddy's the CEO.
Yeah, and that might also mean that we can unbrainwash her.
Yeah, okay. On that line then, looking at the staff list of the other personnel, okay, yep, the boss isn't actually listed. Does it turn out that this 14-year-old girl happens to have the same surname as someone else or other people in the organisation?
Not in that franchise.
Okay.
Do you want anything else? Do you need any drinks, right? We've got a bunch of soft drinks in the drawer.
Can I just get a water?
Yeah.
Thanks. At some point, can I take 5 minutes to smoke a cancer stick?
Yeah.
And sorry, I can't say that word anymore. And go to the toilet.
Mm-hmm. You go do that now.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
May as well fit
I
in
just don't
while
want
you
to
can.
miss anything crazy.
Bolt and I can go visit Trixie, and well, it might be a little bit crazy, but it won't be a lot crazy. I don't think.
Okay, so by this stage and that discussion, Bolt has showed up with Shadowstar at Trixie's. Lots of information gained on that small walk down the street.
Yes. I imagine Bolt was. Yes. Yep.
I'm sure Bolt was very distrusting of that electronic thing you're talking into.
Remove the obstacles to.
I mean, I don't want to touch it in case I can't get it to work again, but I know what it is.
I know, but it doesn't mean you're not trusting of
It
it.
was skinny enough to slip
True.
by the couches, so I've just moved the wrapping paper so you can get through.
Cool. I'll just have a little bit.
Oh, leave first? Yep.
So you arrive at Trixie's. She's currently sitting on the porch, smoking something that's putting out blue smoke.
Can we identify what that is? Just like, do we have knowledge of...
You haven't really smoked, so you're not exactly sure what she's smoking.
Bulk is a sniff.
It really tickles your nose, and then you find you can't smell anything.
Damn, well that backfired.
But everything has this slight blue tinge to it.
Way.
I was gonna say, how out of it or with it does Trixie seem?
Trixie looks to be in her usual good cheer.
I was gonna say she's just her usual self. That works out well, I guess.
She had, hey ho!
I will say, hi, I'm busily texting stuff to Desrin, so I'm a little bit distracted at the moment.
Bolt picks up and tells Trixie about how we're gonna make a whole bunch of people shit their pants basically. And how exciting that sounds.
Well, she does say that if you hit them in the right spot, you can give them an instant release.
I will finish my text off and give Trixie a smile and say, that is hopefully with your assistance. We've been given a task involving Humanis is it Humanis?
Against Humanis.
Yeah. Involving Humanis. I'm trying to be diplomatic in
The too diplomatic might make you sound like you're working with them.
Okay. Yeah. No. Well. No. So let me see if I can pick my words.
We're trying to make the bad guys like other people.
No. Well, we understand we can't make the bad guys like other people, but we'd like the bad guys to understand that they need to have more respect for non-humans, as much as we respect humans as well.
Well, she's got some stuff that can give him a really good trip.
Well, my Decker friend suggested, because we want to get them out of the office so that we could do what apparently a lot of other people have done in the past, in particular, Orks, and
the Crimson Crush. I hear they make a regular withdrawal from Humanis clubs.
Which was precisely our idea, but just towards elves this time. Particularly elven charity places.
Well, her approach is get them high and they'll do anything you ask.
That is an option. I've been getting a lot of options for a job that is Desrin's job that I seem to be doing a lot of the work for.
Are you getting paid well?
No, I'm not at the moment, but I will be getting paid well.
The ideas person should get paid the best.
Yeah, I probably should be. I'm not sure how I'm going to get that out of Desrin, but I'm really...
That's okay, slip him some of it too. I'm sure he'll agree to anything.
I don't know whether or not I could convince him to, and his bike might take it out on me if I poison her rider. But, you know, I definitely need to have a conversation with him about the amount of work I did, and I have a feeling, though, his opinion is going to be to take me for granted and just say, well, you know, you hate Humanis, so you should be doing this for free. But I'm getting to a point now where I'm kind of like, actually, I'm doing a lot of leg work. I'm starting to have a real think about whether or not I do this for free all the time. But in all honesty, he has saved my life a few times, so I'll probably end up just quietly thinking it over and then letting it go eventually.
Unless he suits up, of course. She referring to the last time he missed out on the dragon fight at the end.
Yeah, he does seem to only be around when it very much suits him. But I have a feeling I don't know all of the facts there.
So do you prefer to drug them out of their minds, or do you want to have them pooping all over the place?
Well, you see,
I could have them bleeding out of their eyes.
I really don't want to disappoint Bolt, who, as you can see, finds the idea of them crapping to the point that they're going to have to redecorate their whole offices.
Explosive poops. I got something for that.
Extremely amusing. So I think we're probably going to go with, if you can provide me with some sort of laxative that will take about an hour or so to kick in, that will keep them out of the office from about 1 p.m. onwards for the rest of the day. I don't know if you can be that precise, but considering a shaman of your experience, I wouldn't be surprised if you can.
Well, she gets up. I'll just go dig some stuff out of my supply cabinet.
I'd really appreciate that. Is it alright to let Bolt have a run in the garden?
Well, Bolt's always happy to go for a run.
Yeah, just thought we'd ask. I might just sit here and enjoy the fumes of whatever the blue stuff is.
Mm-hmm.
What is the blue stuff, by the way?
Oh, it's her self-medication.
I see. Yep. I have a person in the real world who needs some of that.
Don't we all?
I'll take a seat wherever it was that she was sitting and wait, and Bolt can happily race. What kind of people are in the gardens and that? Are there other canines and that?
There are other dogs she has,
talk to?
especially spiritual dogs.
Yeah. They don't freak Bolt out anymore?
Not as much.
Okay, alright. Well,
As long as Bolt asks permission.
Well, that and Bolt's also getting in touch with his magical voodoo side, so, you know, there's that too.
I like your description.
Also, Bolt will try and go through the garden and he'll try and sniff things he knows that he likes that smell good and sees how long it takes for his sense of smell to come back.
So as you're wandering through the garden, everything's got different colours.
You look like you're anticipating actual use of those.
Still no smell though.
No.
Choose which one you are. I think there's one with a hood. Yeah, that one. Yeah, because I always wear a cloak.
But at least these are pretty colours.
Loser. Pixie woman. Okay.
Sorry, what was that, Emmy?
Pretty colours.
From the blue smoke.
Can't smell a
the
thing,
pretty
but
colours.
everything's prettier.
This is not all bad.
Okay, so she comes back with a couple of vials.
Yep, and would I just put a dropper?
She says,
how would I apply this to say a free lunch?
Well, I'd put 1 drop from each into the food.
Yep.
If you really want to mess, then 2 drops. If you want them hospitalized, then 3.
Kind of want them hospitalized, but I'm wondering if that makes me a bad person. Does it?
She shrugs. I'm sure they give you the shits that on their own.
Look, I'm generally not what's that word that you used before?
Bastard.
No, it starts with M. You were using it earlier.
Motherfucker.
No.
Malicious.
Malicious.
Malicious person.
I'm not generally a malicious person, but I really, if there's going to be someone that evokes anger and outrage, it'll be people like this who do horrible acts on innocent people.
Well, I'm sure that they just fund the local Almos 2000 groups. Yes, that's where they get most of their funding from.
So, do you think 2 drops then, rather than 3?
Depends on how much you really want them to pay.
Oh, look, I might do some research into what this local group actually does, and make the decision once I've determined. You know, are they directly responsible for hate crimes, or are they more just a bunch of innocents? Because
They would be lobbying for humans to get preferential treatment from the district, from housing to.
Is this information Trixie's giving me?
This is information that you would know about.
Yep.
What the Humanis does.
Yep.
They're a lobby group to make conditions for humans better over other races.
So,
Or at the expense of other races.
I'm thinking that's more 2 than 3. Because hospitalization sounds pretty severe. So I'm leaning more towards 2 than 3. And
3.
this is the devil on my shoulder, but fortunately she's with Desrin right now, so I can't hear her.
Damn it.
Might hear her later. If I decided to go for an easy way because I didn't want to pay for a full lunch, and I decided to just send them coffee.
Can't guarantee they'll all have coffee.
Can't guarantee they'll all have coffee. Okay.
Why don't we put it in there? Don't workplaces have those funny water devices?
Yeah.
Where they go and get free water?
Yeah.
That would require breaking in first, she says.
Yeah. No, I think
Aw.
I'll just go with the free lunch thing. Because we can find out from the receptionist what kind of food they generally eat, and we can get that food and then apply it to that food.
Why don't you just bribe the receptionist to find out where they're going to order from and just be the delivery person or intercept the delivery?
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. We will do that.
That way they're paying for their own torment.
See, this is the reason why I come to people like you. You give good advice. What do I owe you for the
laxatives?
I'd probably say this would probably go for about 100 credits.
Yep.
If you could
I'll
get her about 100 credits worth of grain or others. She basically says all seeds or some sort of stuff like that.
Yep.
She'd consider that a worthwhile.
Well, I'll track down the 100 credits and I'll just donate on my own because I usually donate on my own an extra little bit. Is there anything you're in need of in particular?
Good story. I'd love to hear how it turns out.
Okay. Well, I can do that as well as grains or seeds. I will hunt those down and get them to you. Which I should. That's what I originally got up for before. I wanted to get my book.
Okay, so
I owe people.
moving to Desrin and Tarlin, doing the bike ride to the Humanis office.
Yep.
Riding up, you can see 2 orcs writing "human suck" on the side of the building.
Riding a human sock?
Human suck.
Oh,
You should
okay.
suggest them adding penises.
You're a dick.
Human suck penises.
Okay, wait. So we're going up to the building.
But
And
this
there's-
is as you're coming up. You can see them painting this on the side.
Human suck.
Yeah, basically driving past a couple of times, all sort of thing. But so we see that the orcs are there. Obviously, graffiti in the front of the windows, whatever type of stuff.
The other side of the building.
Basically, side of the building. Okay. We'll pause the bike for a bit and just get off the other side of the road and just watch to see if there's any response or action to this to the orcs' actions.
They continue on writing troll dicks afterwards. Before high-fiving and running off.
Dictation. Troll dictation. Great. That's awesome. Let's just watch them and applaud. Like, what else are we going to do?
It's a case of being a bit conspicuous, which is the idea of looking to see whether or not if they have security guards like that in the building and they're monitoring security cameras outside the building, then we may see if there's a response immediately to that sort of action. But presumably there's not.
So, as you're sitting and watching, you notice that the paint just doesn't seem to dry and it's just dripping down the wall.
Noted.
You can pay for
Before,
spray paint walls.
and they're fitted with
They're
no
used to
graffiti
it.
paint.
They're used to it. Of course.
It would cost them far more to repaint it every day.
Every day.
Literally, they'd have to repaint it every day.
Oh, so they probably do have security.
Well, the point being, like they say, there's no security action, I'm assuming, no overt response, other than the fact that apparently they've painted their walls with anti-graffiti paint, whatever.
Yeah, a non-adhesive paint, so you can't stick paint to it.
Yeah. Okay, so give it a couple minutes, make sure there's no overt response, other than the fact that the paint doesn't stick, and then we'll continue going around, having a bit of a look, drive around the building, taking a look around.
Out the front of the building, there's quite a few rocks and bricks sitting against the front window.
Mm-hmm.
Do they look like they've been thrown?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, and again, they've always got top windows that haven't broken them.
Okay.
You'd think that they would be ballistic resistant.
Of course. But not laxative resistant. Any security cameras we can see?
You can see quite a few on the front and on the sides and at the back. It's like, well, that they don't care about the graffiti anymore because, hey, doesn't stick.
Mm-hmm.
Do we see any evidence of people inside? Any security guards or other staff working?
There's no lights on inside. The place looks closed up. You can see what appears to be a drone floating around inside the building with the flashing lights.
Mm-hmm.
Drone security is far cheaper than people security.
I don't suppose there's a nice convenient Redmond Barrens equivalent to the cafe.
Oh, there's quite a few
Across the
cafes
street.
in here. You're in the most well-kept part of Redmond Barrens. They have clean streets. Everything is fully powered and has water. Because this is the human section.
And this is the area where downtowners go to live on the wild side and walk down the streets of Redmond Barrens in
It is
the clean
correct.
area.
They
Yep.
actually have police in this district walking the beat.
Yep.
Whether they're actors or real police, no one really knows.
Well, okay. We might settle down for a bit of a toy cap in a local area just to get a good look and make sure there's nothing going on or happening other than the random orc and stone throw, quick throwing, etc. And therefore get an idea of whether or not there's any response actually coming to the sort of action from the local cops or renter cops that are walking down the street. But based on the likely change of plan, we're particularly less concerned about what the out-of-hours security is like.
Now, looking at things, you don't think anyone's really caring about what happens to the building unless the door's open?
Yeah.
And they would have other forms of security inside, such as the drone telling if the temperature changes or something's not where it was when it last came in there.
Yeah. And looking on the inside of the building, like through the window, is there evidence of like posters on the walls or on the inside of the windows or things like that kind of stuff? Like
There's a lot of southern-looking gentlemen going, "We want you," sort of posters everywhere. Join us, and all these things of people looking happy, standing together.
Sounds like the most uneventful reconnaissance I've heard of for a while.
Yeah, this sucks.
What was it, John?
I said it sounds like the most uneventful reconnaissance I've ever heard of. I'm like, I get helicopters and explosions, and you guys get a seriously lumped down office with a drone, and yeah. I'm definitely feeling like I do all the work. I didn't even get a coffee.
Looking in the window, you see they have what looks to be an expensive coffee machine.
Okay, the other thing that Jacob was looking at with the merchandise and the sorts of things hanging on the wall or on the inside of the windows and things is the concept of we're not going to do redecorating per se. While the office is empty, we can certainly put up some new posters on the walls and the windows and things like that. So we're looking at the idea of some of those images of the public gentlemen saying, "We want you," mentally putting his head with the idea, use that as a design, but have the, "We want you, Mr. Elf," and or "We love elves." Come and join us.
All of the slogans and stuff in there looks harmless enough until you realise it is completely excluding anything but humans.
Yeah, so the idea being the fact that he's thinking about ways that they can be slightly modified, not aiming to actually modify their merchandise per se. He's looking to try and if he can print some stuff off or get some other stuff ready to go, but then basically paste up around while Sophie might be up there doing her thing.
Well, you think replacing the southern gentleman with a southern-looking orc would probably go down just nicely with them, because you'd wonder how long it takes them to notice.
Exactly. But the other thing is that if they've all suddenly come down with the shot, and so they've ran to the office for the afternoon, if they come back to the office and find that, oh, hang on, yes, there has been some redecorating done, then again, they're likely to be less concerned about what might else have happened in there. Now, again, it comes down to exactly what our little girl receptionist is going to tell them afterwards too, or how much he knows about what occurred.
Well, I was going to say, if they're redecorating their own office after the laxative effect, they may actually not be surprised that the place is being redecorated to replace all the poop-covered stuff, but they may not realise that it's all orcs now. So there's a chance that it could be there for a week even before they notice.
Elves are friends.
Certainly hoping that the herbal remedy that they might be providing is not necessarily actually going to result in health decoration of the office that afternoon. One would hope that it's a case of, oh my god, I've got to get to the toilet. Oh, I'm going home. Bye.
I've also formulated a new part of the plan to do with the receptionist, which I'll get to after you guys do your reconnaissance.
Yep. And obviously Declan's taking images with his eye to get a good image of the style of posters and work.
Though you do see, looking through the window, that their toilets are currently out of order.
Perfect. No skin off our back.
I suggest, though, that there could be, jokingly, although it might be taken very seriously, a job for, certain trolls, were they around to visit all the cafes and put their toilets out of order as well. But we won't do that.
I'm sure Bolt could do that.
Yeah, Bolt could possibly, if we feed her enough fibrous stuff. Or she could just stamp them all, she can just do a Bolt foot down and just render them
Broken.
Or at the very least, remove the doors so when they do have to go, it's all
no,
a shame.
that would be
Or what
Flor's
is
job.
deny Flogger the I'll shush you. Deny Flogger the pleasure of ripping doors off.
Yeah, well, admittedly, though, I don't know if we necessarily want to do significant damage to other local businesses in the area.
Yeah. No. As I said, it
so.
was just an amusing thought aside rather than an actual idea.
It occurs to him that Declan's a bit concerned, thinking, okay, well, yeah, because the product's out of order, that means they definitely want to have to leave when they start getting the result. But it's not the sort of place that they're going to say, oh, hang on, we can't open because we haven't got sanitary facilities at the present time, is it?
Well, yeah, you expect that they would just walk to the closest place to use it.
They won't be able to walk. Seriously,
to open.
Oh, right,
yeah. The kind that indicates that the toilets are out of order appears to be fairly old, does it?
It does.
Okay, right. So it's certainly not something that they're, that's cool. Happy with that.
We're not going to discover that these guys are just as abused by Humanis as everyone else, and therefore giving them laxatives is actually really horrible for them, because they're not at fault for anything that they do, like our 14-year-old receptionist.
Well, the person in charge has got a almost a list of all the faults of the
stuff. We've got detailed files on them.
Yeah, we should probably go through those a bit more.
Where's the 3 drops? 3 drops.
Yeah, you want to use the little peoples.
Okay, so yes.
Dick enjoyed his afternoon out with Talia. And
apparently he double dated you at the same time. Apparently he double dated you at the same time.
Well, the reason Talia was on my mind is because I actually have a niece called Talia, so therefore it was
Well, apparently Desrin and Tylen could also be related. We don't know. Backstory.
And what we don't know, you don't fucking hurt it, and you do it, please.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there'd be no way to prove besides one of those DNA checks.
Later.
Okay, so you've had a nice sit at a cafe watching the coming and going.
Just rub it in.
Coffee's nice.
Beautiful.
There's fresh cakes.
Oh, lovely.
That wasn't a literal suggestion.
I was just following the suggestion.
Yeah.
There's a nice relaxing music playing in the background.
Ariadne says, I've been here long enough to get my 5 extra XP. I'm going to bed. I've worked so hard as my character in this game. Everyone else can take over.
And then so we'll head back and so I guess the next point will be to try and catch up with the receptionist beforehand, make contact, and also prepare some new pamphlets and propaganda posters for putting on the walls. So.
Get out the paints and the cardboard. Joking.
Okay, so I will give Desrin a computer roll to go through the data he's being given.
Okay.
So that is 1 yellow and 2 green. There is a lot of data, so it's 3 purple.
Are you spending anything?
Hey, if we can, if there's something to spend, we don't want to be started if we can't avoid it.
So that would change a green to yellow. Right. So that's...
Yep.
Ooh. Reroll.
Reroll.
Oh. That didn't turn out great. I think that might cancel out your... Oh.
Okay, so Desrin's really not liking this computer stuff. It's really going to his head.
Mm-hmm.
Ends up with 2 more strain. As he gets a triumph while going through it. You realise that probably the only official Poly Club member is the people in the offices. So there would be 3 official members on staff. The rest of it are their highly overworked, badly paid, human street scum, as I would put it.
So yeah, this is a case of we want to get laxatives to the 3 people, and we want to somehow get the rest of them out through another means, probably.
And that the
why? They're still working for them.
Just because you work for McDonald's because you need the $10 an hour doesn't mean that you support what McDonald's serve.
I was literally about to use the exact same example.
it is very similar. You're working for a horrible corporation simply because no one else will hire you in the area.
You need to eat, and sometimes you don't get a choice about who your employers are and what they do. It says everybody who's ever worked for the public service.
It's certainly something that if Dan's going to be doing the quick sounding out by himself, looking through data, it's not going to come up. Hey, you all come up with that. Hey, it's just laxity. We're not really hurting him anyway.
Lucky Shadow's planning to do the exact same research anyway, so...
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
If he neglects to mention it, she'll discover it anyway. Well, maybe. It depends on my computer roll, I think. I might roll worse than you, and we might end up putting 3 drops into everybody's.
Your computer wants to be better than Declan's anyway. But,
yeah.
But no, it's not like that. Declan's looking at the things that, hey, it's laxative. It's a practical joke if there's nothing more.
Not if it involves hospitalisation.
Well, that's good. Declan doesn't know how powerful laxatives that you've got. He can say laxatives. So, from his perspective, hey, work for the bad guys, you're a bad guy.
Yeah, he's never quite gotten to know the shaman and know her sense of humour.
Yeah, But my view of Desrin is definitely coming around to he definitely doesn't necessarily put a lot of thought into these things.
That's everyone else's job.
He's a man with a goal, an elf with a goal, and he's going to get there.
Yeah.
Regardless of how
And
much shit
it's
is
all to recognise the fact that, hey, these guys might have to work there for their 10 credits an hour because they've got nothing else for it. But hey, they've got 10 credits an hour. That's more than Declan had when he grew up.
Yeah, but I don't know. Just be wary because I have the laxatives, and if you think it's a practical joke, I might think that it's worth a demonstration to Desrin that it's not much of a practical
3
joke
drops for you.
when it's carried out on you.
Okay. The point being that, he found out that not everyone worked there necessarily believes them.
Yeah.
But again, that's not something that he's going to necessarily bring up, because it's not the dark he was looking for when he was searching through, so...
I did have in the back of my mind going, 3 points for Gryffindor. Drop, drop, drop.
But yeah, so the important part was getting some background information and details on this receptionist, and confirming or determining the best entry point for Talon. For Talon to win her over or him over.
It is her.
It's the daughter, wasn't it? You said
Yep.
Or you said
14-year-old Goth.
Yeah.
Did we get a name off the website?
What name would you like to give her?
It's Desrin's 14-year-old elf, so Talon or Desrin, since Talon's got to do the best friending. They can come up with a name and make their contact, because I'm technically not going to be in contact with her.
Be as pretentious as you like.
Okay, what about Calista McHuman?
That's because of the McDonald's reference, right?
Yeah.
Good job.
Callista McHuman.
At least
And
it
it
wasn't as
could be-
bad as the
it
English,
could be-
which would be McHuman, Huminess.
But with a name like McHuman, it made it easy for him to get the job.
Yes.
So, was there some talk earlier about her being at a goth club on the Sunday night? Is it Sunday night currently?
Saturday night at the moment.
No,
still.
today's
Or
Saturday.
She does go both nights though.
That's right.
Okay.
It would be out the weekend, she said, got probably.
Yeah.
Well, okay. It's not my turn.
No.
Yep.
You
can jump in.
you guys will need to go
Well,
to the club.
Look, Desmond, this is my idea, right? I reckon we don't know how sympathetic she is to elves. She could be, as we said, the daughter of the CEO. She could just be another, I just need to eat, so I'm working here person. I reckon we disguise ourselves, disguise our little ears, our cute little ears, and we dress up as like really cool, older, like goth, like rockers in like a band. And then we go out and bump into her at a club, and we're like, "Oh my god, you're so cool! Wow, what music are you into?" And we just make her think that we're just like the coolest.
Please drag
people
Desmond
ever.
through that.
And I've already discovered our outfits, and these are it. Again, it's another community reference.
I was going to say, you could probably screenshot it and send it through to the chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
send
feel
this
that
through
in
to the
order
chat.
to get Desrin to fully appreciate that,
Alright.
he should see that.
Desmond incoming. Here's an
Oh,
idea.
wait a minute. I was going to say, do you have to show a camera?
No, they'll see it online.
Oh, they'll see it online? Yep.
Oh, I just sent it through the Facebook thing.
I was going to say,
That's fine, we'll still see it.
Jeremy won't, necessarily.
Oh. Nice, I like it.
Yeah.
Are you going to join them at the Goth Club Vault?
Yeah.
Do some dancing?
Does that mean I have to be human though?
No, you could get your groove on, just dressed up, non-specifically. If you have
No, but I'm pretty
There you go,
conspicuous as a
Jeremy.
wolf though, so
I was gonna say if you're
Oh, yeah.
wearing big enough cloak and stuff
Yeah,
like that, no one will
they're
know.
good enough for that, absolutely.
I mean, Bolt doesn't mind, and if it's at night, then it means that horrible sun isn't going to be beating on his skin. So
Yeah,
he's,
fair enough.
and he needs a bit more practice transforming
Being
into
the
his
human, yeah.
human self. So he sighs and goes, "Okay, I'll come. I'll have fun."
He's got to dress up as a cool goth rocker. Oh, she, sorry.
He.
Oh,
Bolt's
he's
a
now?
he, yeah.
At what point does Bolt... When does Bolt become a she?
Bolt's never been a she.
Never been a she.
Emmy's
Okay.
a she,
Yeah.
Bolt is a he.
Okay.
Sometimes we call Bolt a she because we mix it up with Emmy.
Okay, cool.
Don't worry, it gets mixed up a lot because I mostly play male characters, so you know.
And we mostly forget.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, no, you gotta, like, dress up, be all
You could
cool.
dress Bolt up.
Yeah.
You're the fashion person.
Oh my god. Obviously. Well, you're just gonna look exactly like the picture that I just sent to the group.
And I was going to say, the attention probably would get Bolt all sort of...
Hey, a furry would do well in a goth club.
Oh.
I was going to say, they probably know, quite happily the
We
idea
need to
of
find Goth
Arlen
fairy.
and Edwin and their furry friend.
Oh, I was going to say, that'll probably go down really well.
Yeah, Bolt's like, okay, that sounds better.
Just get the nice studded collar.
Oh, yes.
It's a little bit stereotypical, but it
Well-
will still work.
What sort of breed of dog does Bolt most look like? Not saying that it's a breed, I'm saying, putting a mental picture to Bolt in wolf/canine form.
I think my coat's pretty dark, not jet black, but
Is
We
it
did-
similar
we did
to
do
the
a-
profile picture with the white sort of muzzle and face and neck, but black, going into black?
I was kind of thinking, yeah, like I've got, yeah, a bit more like that.
Yeah, so that's what Bolt kind of...
that one.
Okay, so it's certainly more wolf-like rather than a typical breed of dog like the
Although
Irish
we
Wolfhound or Saint Bernard or anything like that sort of stuff.
I was going to say, although we call Bolt puppy, Bolt is definitely not a puppy.
Check out the picture.
Oh no, definitely wasn't a puppy, but it was just, I was just trying to get a mental image.
It's more wolf ancestry, but God knows what they put in there, so...
Oh no, that's right. It could, yeah, not any specific breed, but I was just trying to get that mental image of, hang on, are we talking a wolf, or are we talking a Saint Bernard, or a greyhound, or...
I have a
But yeah,
question mark
maybe it's a
for
wolf.
shape shifting.
Yep.
So I know I normally try to look more wolfish than humanoid. Is there kind of like I can get a between where I'd have like maybe like my ears and sort of tail, but look more like a sort of typical like furry sort of anthropoid kind of
Well,
person,
you can pass for mostly human, yes.
but still have like my ears and tail.
Yep.
I'm kind of like, what I'm kind of trying to get at is if there's kind of like I can do a sort of like a scale of like how much wolf I look like or how much human.
Technically, with practice, you've learned how to go completely human or completely wolf.
And lots of graduations in between. It's not like you've only got 3 forms.
Yeah. No, I know. Well, originally I only had 3 forms, but that's kind of what I've been practicing with Trixie and the magic
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
so and that's what I've been, I think, spending a lot of my downtime on. Is that right, Martin?
It is. You've been spending
Yeah.
downtime practicing and getting better.
Not that I like going towards
You're
more
a s-
human form, as you can probably tell, but
So you're a self-actualizing wolf, bipedal wolf.
self-actualizing.
Yeah, you believe in self-development and making yourself a better person. I just like the idea of teaching Bolt the word self-actualizing and then seeing people look at Bolt while Bolt uses such a multisyllabic word.
I
In
probably
reference to
twist
himself.
my tongue around that word if I tried to repeat it. It's good to in a what?
Yeah, no, there would definitely be a montage scene where you've got Shadow going self-actualizing, and then Bolt going and then like after a whole minute you actually get it and you give us a really proud smile.
I have visions
I think
of-
a minute is very optimistic.
Reminds me of Jane from the Serenity series. Firefly.
Yeah.
trying to do doc speak.
Yep.
Yeah.
Such a good show.
I think it's more like a couple of hours go by before
Yeah.
I finally get some semblance of the word you just taught me.
It could even be weeks, but the idea is the montage and that whole back and forth between the two.
And many good dogs.
Good boy, here's a treat. You're getting closer. You're getting closer. Good boy.
Okay, so it's not that hard to find the local goth club in Redmond Barrens. It's a former church.
Hey,
Best
you're
kind of goth club.
Well, it means they don't have to decorate as much.
Okay. There you go. Okay, currently the dossier that the CEO of the Humanic Club had on this, what was it? It was Calista McHuman.
The girl was Calista McHuman, yes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, so if the dossier of Calista McHuman indicates that this is the club that she goes to, that's great.
And you know all of her flaws, so you know if she's insecure and the whole bit. You know all her favourite hobbies, so you know all the things that
Absolutely.
you need to be into. Did you
Okay.
give an example of those things, or is that just something
Make it up.
Tarlin can make up?
Yeah, cool. All right.
Well, the other question I had with that when because he's got all the background details and things like that, is there any indication of her actual affiliation or feeling about Humanis' goals and representation?
Well, probably
Uh,
not on the site. But yeah.
She's never gotten any of the bonuses for getting the doctrine right.
That's a good
Right.
sign.
She's not paid well
Yeah.
enough.
And she's
But
14.
also then means that you potentially possibly don't need to hide the fact you're an elf. So.
Might be wise for us to just do that, just,
It's
you know,
not
for
that,
the
that's
interim.
Yeah.
I'm going to recommend that I take the lead and that you and Bolt come up the rear, not technically, and that we, like, walk into this club like we own the joint and we, like, clear some people off a table and just plonk ourselves down like we are king shit. Like, we
Hey,
need to make
that's cool,
ourselves
that's
look
it.
like the coolest people in the world.
Yep, they're good.
Bull can also let out a growl in frustration if people start to give us sass.
Hell yes!
Yeah, they're good. Happy to be the arm candy of the club.
Alright. We don't
Bull,
need to roll
Bull
for
is
that.
like
Candy
your
obviously
very
not
candy, just walk
looking bouncer.
Depends on how much roleplay you do versus.
Okay, if you guys are up for that, I reckon that's what we do. We walk straight up to those doors, and our aim is to get in, get a table, and just establish ourselves.
As you're walking in, you see lounging outside a couple of 16-year-old boys done up in glitter with pointy fangs.
Awesome. And
Just pretend that they are cool. just long enough to get through the doors.
Yep.
As in like fangs, like vampire fangs, or
Yep.
like teeth fangs.
Yeah, as in they're pretending to be Twilight vampires.
Oh.
Hey, everyone into their own things.
Yep.
There is a food table not far from the door
Interesting.
with what looks to be a lot of stolen food.
Well, presumably, that's not part of our entrance.
Keep Bolt away from the table.
Has a sign scrawled with what looks to be charcoal on the wall with donations. And there's a sort of a rock beat going inside the place. As you see, there's lots of chairs and tables, and people just seem to be just chilling out in the place.
Oh, I don't have to make way for people. Yeah.
Well, so presumably Harlan is going to be mostly busy making her enter. Declan takes the advantage of being slightly more or less noticeable, but looking around and seeing first of all if we can, let's say, if we spot the girl already here, cool. But the intent being, we're aiming to make the entrance. And
I will give you guys a perception roll to see how well you know. So, what's the perception of those?
So Declan's perception is 1 gold, 1 green.
Wait, what's this to find out if we can identify?
If you can, what you see walking into the room.
Okay.
So if you go
group or
by,
people
I was
separately?
going to do group because you are going in as a group.
Yep.
So Tarlin can
That's
provide perception of 3 dice, so she can add an extra green to the pool.
Green.
Whereas Bolt, Bolt can change the yellow, put in 2 yellows and add another 4 green, because 4 green in total. 2 yellow, 4 green. Yep.
Okay.
2 purple.
That's everything?
Yep.
And Declan potentially extra blue because he's got his cyber eyes.
Am I adding blue?
Sure, add the blue.
1?
Not on the character sheet, but that we haven't got equipment up there yet, or equipment effect yet. So.
Yep,
Right,
that's right.
Ooh,
Not
3
that the blue
blanks.
meant much, but hey, it's
Sorry.
always fun.
Neither,
I never
neither
do it,
tried
but-
to,
Add my
apparently.
usual flourish, but... Oops.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm bothered adding blue dots. They always come a blank for me.
Okay, so you failed to notice
Sorry.
anything useful, but hey, you feel like you made an entrance. Everyone's looking at you, and then you realize it's mostly teenage boys looking at Tarlin.
That's fine. We're here to impress the teenage crowd tonight anyway.
Seems that about the oldest they have here inside is about a 15-year-old.
Cool. It's not creepy of us to be there at all. Okay. Well, I reckon we okay. Do we know what she looks like based
I
on
think we've got a good chance getting it right.
Yeah. Can we identify her on the ground?
Yes, you think she's one of the 2 or 3 girls up the back.
Okay. Alright.
So you have to get names.
Yeah. What's well, actually, okay. We can get any information about her, right? Basically from her staff profile.
Mm-hmm.
What's like? What are her hopes and dreams?
She hopes for a real job.
Well, you get to make it up. Not with saying with her hobbies and stuff. So
Okay, let's say she wants to play in a band,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna like, and she wants to be a singer.
I was gonna say you've already decided you're going as band members, so that
Yeah.
works out well.
Yeah. And we need someone with like her look because she's perfect, and we're about to make it really big.
It's gonna be awkward if you don't determine who she is first. So if you pick the wrong girl and you
Don't
say
we know
you're
what she looks
perfect,
like?
Roughly.
roughly,
Well,
and there's 3
if
girls.
there's 3
there.
girls that match the description.
So
Okay.
you
Oh,
might have to
but
introduce yourself
Was
around
there no
and get
photos
names.
in the staff profiles?
Yes, but the photos didn't have her done up as Goth.
Yeah,
And like I said, there's 3 girls that match the description because you got no successes.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna suggest that I go up to these girls and oh my god.
can we, so basically, having made the entrance, got ourselves settled at Parliament Throne with the hangers on the dais below it possibly, but anyway. Having got settled, can we then take a better look around the room rather than the perception we're just going to do if we're concentrating more on the entrance rather than making sure that people were looking at us and know we're there? We take an opportunity to actually take a better look around and okay, we look at those three, take a few minutes and I'm determining exactly which of the three it might be.
So, are you going to be doing it together, or each of you going to go off and do your own check?
I think Jeremy wants to do his own because of his special sight. Is that right? Is that what you're saying?
It was more the idea that Desmond will probably leave Harlan and Bolt where they could be looking around while he goes off and gets drinks for Her Majesty and Bolt. So those two can do a look and Jacob will do a look, but obviously Jacob looks not going to be all that good. So.
Okay.
Okay, so
he obviously can pull up a mental image of what she looks like with that, like the direct photo. He can pull up and have it compare. Hang on, one of them see through the next picture, but yeah.
Okay, so Desmond makes it to the bar. He doesn't recognize any of the drink orders. They all seem to be
that one and that one.
The equivalent of horror movie titles.
Nightmare in Elves.
Do they have prices on them?
They do not.
Well, he'll be looking to get what he expects of the more expensive drinks on the menu.
Okay. The barman's asking, what are you trading for it?
I got cred.
We don't have much use of cred here.
I think they want like food and things like that.
Yeah, but obviously we didn't bring that with us.
This is where you have to think on your feet, I guess. You got that gun on you?
No, surprisingly enough, he doesn't carry that around with him. Despite what you may think he was doing with it.
Not thinking anything. It's just a one line of it came out.
It's okay. Okay. If they're not going to take a credit pick, or they've got to read it to actually take the data.
Well, you realise they don't even have power in this place. Everything's running off the equivalent of candles.
Medieval.
Very atmospheric.
Very goth.
Yeah. It's,
I think the building would be a derelict if there wasn't anyone inside it.
Oh god.
Declan will take off one of his silver chain bracelets and offer that.
He gives you across about 5 drinks.
Good enough.
None of them smell like they have alcohol in them at all.
Well, does it actually seem like there is alcohol being served at this place?
You don't expect so.
Well, that's not curious. Of course, we are in the Barrens, so therefore it's not like an underage blue light disco equivalent necessarily needs to be alcohol free. So.
Well, do you think that they probably could serve the alcohol here if they wanted to, just that they probably sell it for other stuff? Or use it as a fuel. That might be what the candles are using.
a few of them. Because Decker would greatly prefer to get alcoholic. Because the
You're going to serve alcohol to 14-year-olds?
absolutely.
Yeah, why not?
What could possibly go wrong, right?
I'm sure getting them hammered has no repercussions whatsoever.
I'd just
But
like to
anyway,
point out
okay,
that either the
he's given
GM
5
or his
drinks,
partners
we'll
or
look at that.
the delivery of illegal alcohol to underage people is a part of this game.
Good disclaimer.
What?
I mean, it's totally R-rated, but it's definitely not PG.
No,
Are you trying to suggest that Declan may not or be okay with both?
And also note that this is a fantasy world. It's not real life human stuff. Don't take any of what we do as a recommendation to carry out on other people. Please don't put laxatives in public servant lunches.
Don't do this at home, kids.
Hey, it's a private
Yeah,
organization.
don't do this at home. Yeah.
But yeah, so like, he'll go to 5 drinks, that's all good. But,
None of the glasses match.
yeah, that's all good. It'd be wrong for them to do so.
Yeah, so while you're doing this, I believe Bolt and Tarlin are scanning the room.
Alright, so we see those 3 girls at the front, right?
Or all the way at the back.
All the way at the back.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna ask Bolt to like maybe come with me and just like look extra cool, and we're just gonna mosey on up to this group of 3 girls, and I'm just gonna be like, hey girls, I'm Talon, what are your names?
Okay, so yes, first one says, whatever you want it to be.
Okay, no, I'm asking you what your name is.
Well, whatever you pay me for my name, that'll be my name.
Okay. And I'm gonna tell them, look,
That is not cool.
I'm gonna say, look, I'm actually here because, I'm gonna say, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here looking for someone.
I'm someone, she says.
Okay, well, I'm looking for someone to sing in my band.
I can sing, and she starts getting a shrill note out.
Okay. Okay.
To audition, you must provide your real names
Yeah.
and
like,
ID.
This is like a serious opportunity.
Probably won't have ID, but real names.
It's a serious opportunity. I'm kind of looking for someone who's really interested in like gothic music, someone who knows how to sing.
I got all that, she says.
That I need
What
your
kind of
name.
whimpers?
Contract won't be valid without your real name.
The question also though is, are the other 2 making any statements or reactions?
Well, they're not sitting together, so...
Oh, sorry, I thought it was 3
I thought they were
together.
together. Okay, I'm just gonna be like, hi, you're so funny and cool. Love your voice. Can I give her like something really pitiful and ask her to give me her name?
Sure, what little pitiful thing are you going to give her?
Does she look poor?
They all look poor in here.
Perfect. I'm gonna give her my cubic zirconia earring. Go, give me your name.
Oh, sure, she says her name's Emily.
Okay, thanks, Emily. See ya. I push her roughly out of the way and move
What everybody wanted to hear.
I go up to the next girl. Wait, what's your name?
Who wants to know?
Not
She says.
Emily! Not Emily!
I'm gonna give her the same spiel. Look, this is a really cool club.
I
I'm
don't
actually-
sing.
Oh, but you've got a great look though. Like, haven't you ever thought about like being a part of a cool band?
Why would I want that?
Okay, see you later. Where's the next one?
Next one seems to be sleeping.
I kick her in the shin. No. I tap her on the shoulder.
She wakes up with a knife.
Oh. Okay. Oh, you're a feisty one. I've got a knife of my own.
No touchy.
No touchy touchy.
Okay, our Calista McHuman
It's
wants
like
to
someone
be
that paid her.
bad, right? I'm gonna be like, hey, I'm so sorry to scare you. I'm kind of just, doing a little reconnaissance, looking around for people that might be interested in auditioning for my goth rock band.
Sure. What gigs you done?
We've done heaps. And I name a series of cities that are really rich and awesome. Heaps, so many. Actually, we been independent for a while, but we just got signed, and we kind of need to up our image with someone that looks cool and young, kind of like you.
She sort of pauses for a moment and goes, "What's the catch?"
The catch is that, I mean, you know, you might have a good, steady job, but you're going to have to give it up and go on the road and, you know, take a risk. A lot of fans.
Don't let it quit yet, though.
A lot of fans. Gonna have to hang out with this one, and I point at Bolt. Bolt's looking amazing.
And you go, "Bobby!"
And I go, and then this guy over here, and there's Desrin looking like an Adonis at the bar. And they're like, me. And, you know, you'll probably end up making a lot more money than you know how to handle, but I don't know. You look pretty young.
So what'd I have to do?
Well, I don't know. First of all, let's just get to know you, and then if we kind of vibe, maybe you can come and audition with us tomorrow.
Sure. Where's the audition?
At a happens to be at a location nearish where you work. Well, first of all, what's your name?
Her name's Elise.
What? What? See, wait, are you sure it's Elise? Are you lying to me, little girl?
You know, it could be that whoever's the receptionist who's working for Humanis may actually object to Humanis and their ideals and may have given them a fake name.
How am I meant to work with that? Damn it.
This is why Shadow complains about all the work she ends up having to do for you guys.
Well, no, but to be fair, considering how detailed the blackmailable material that contained those star files, the likelihood of them getting past the false name seems limited.
Yeah. Plus,
They might have given a false name initially, but they probably on the file would be saying that.
Yeah, true.
That's more likely.
Are there any other girls in this bar?
Well, there's probably about another 3 or 4, but these are the only 3 that match the rough description.
Okay. Alright. God. What was her name again?
Elise.
Elise. That's a really pretty name. Is it short for anything?
Are you calling me short?
I'm calling you cute. Fun-sized. Oh, fuck. Oh, creepy.
No, not
Help me.
She points her knife in your direction, going, "Keep away, little lady."
Oh god.
Well, probably would have been old lady, actually.
Old lady.
Bolt comes in between Talon and her with the knife, and goes, "Feel how soft my fur is. Wouldn't you like to pat me every day
Nice fur.
while on tour?
Gives Bolt a big hug.
See how awesome would this to be? Do every day."
I hope Calista wasn't one of the chicks they threw aside. Can I use a thing where I like get her to tell me the truth? I've got skills, right?
You do have skills, yes.
Oh my god, let's get this going.
That's where having your character updated a bit does help. Which one's that? We're on Desrin. That one is Wampo. Change that over to the right one because he's not here. Here we go. You have Charm, where you can get her to really like you a lot.
I need her to trust me. Yeah, but I need her to trust. Oh yeah.
Appeal to their better nature.
Let's do that.
Okay, so that would be for you 1 yellow, 5 green, and 2 blue. 1 token.
Yeah, how do I up this?
So you.
Hal, when you were spending your XP, you definitely should have put some XP into the calm skill. If you've only got 1 rank in it, you should be pushing that up to at least 3 at the moment.
Well, definitely.
Based on the character.
has quite a
If you're
few things
carrying
that
the
work
knife,
together.
I would think that most of the social skills, you'd be aiming to have them at least 3 by now.
Mm-hmm.
Like next time we've got the XP to spend.
Yeah.
Did you end up with leftover XP?
She does have
Yeah.
100 leftover XP.
I
So
do.
that's what you can put that towards.
Yeah, okay.
Seems she's a lot harder to charm than I thought.
Is Barton rolling for you?
Yep.
You should have rolled for yourself.
Damn it.
So, you got a huge amount of advantages on this one. So that ends up being 7 advantages but no successes, so you fail to charm
I
her.
was going to say, we don't get re-rolls on this game, do we?
Okay, can I
kind of
bully
the
her?
upgrade before.
Can I scare her?
You can scare her.
Wait, no, that's not a good idea. I need her to be on side. If this is Calista,
You do need her to be on.
Okay, so Declan went back to the table, getting the 5 drinks, he's gone back to the table and then
Realise that...
seeing that they've gone off to other places, noting that it looks like she hasn't got immediate success.
And
Declan's gonna...
while you're there, you find that there's about 4 or 5 girls have sat in the table around you.
perfect.
Well, you are the mostly topless male elf sitting amongst a group of goth girls.
And let's face it, Declan's a bit of a looker now. Not nearly up to talent standard, but
they're asking if they can goth you up.
Say yes.
yeah.
Say yes.
Hey ladies,
They're children.
but hey, if he calls them ladies, they certainly
Yeah, that's
bring
fine.
them up.
For the purposes of this, they're ladies, they're adults,
Yeah.
they're mature, young women.
At least he didn't say it all sleazy, like, hello ladies. Well, maybe he did. I don't know.
Oh, quick question.
Okay, that's that one.
Is the girl I've been talking to, does she walk away and join this table as well?
Not yet. She's got a big puppy to cuddle.
Okay. Maybe we can get her over there.
Very hard to give up a walking plush toy.
But obviously, yeah, none of the girls at the table are actually ones that we're expecting were Calista McEwen, are they?
Not that you can tell, but no one's
No,
asked
okay.
about her yet.
No, that's fine. Hey, there were 5 girls there.
Mhm.
Get grand up with 5 drinks. Makes it easy.
Does he let them do his makeup?
Today, yes.
Oh,
Because that would
okay.
convince them.
Isn't he already fairly gothed up?
No, I mean, look, it was done in a rush, and you could always let the girls do your makeup. Girls love that stuff. And you're a cool goth guy, like, yeah, give me some eyeliner, babe. Ha ha ha, you're so funny. Ha ha ha.
And if you could mimic the voice that Elle's currently using, I'd appreciate that. Thank you.
Hey, my name's Desiree. D for desire.
Steel, isn't it? Blue steel?
Whatever you want to do. I'm so sorry.
I only, you should use the line that, well, you know, I only deal in mature young ladies who are actually happy to give me their proper names, rather than be named by a man and owned by a man in such a manner.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to give Desrin a charm roll as he's doing that.
Okay. 3 yellow and a green.
Do you want me to roll, or you don't mind if Martin does?
Whatever.
Do you want to roll? I'm happy.
No, please, Rob. You
Yeah.
need this.
It's
We
being
need a
requested.
win.
You've used your thing because we ran out of things. Did we remove any dice when we had the
Nope.
chance to? Okay. This is what happens when I walk away to get some food. At least it's not a despair. And there's like 6 successes in there. 2, 4, 7. 7 successes.
Calming 14-year-old girl is not that difficult.
Okay,
Not when I'm
so
rolling.
yes, that they all seem to be nattering away as they're each painting you with different colours.
Naturally.
And you do find out from them that each of them takes on the job at the Poly Club because, hey, they can't tell the difference.
That's why they use the Calista name.
Wait, what?
Quite a few of the girls, the reason they get pinged is because they don't remember what the last one said. So they get quite a lot of bad marks on them for not doing what they were asked to do the day before.
Okay.
So who's working Monday?
And obviously, none of them are particularly concerned about the Poly Club side of the house, and they'd be probably quite willing to provide access for a small contribution,
Well,
i.e.
you know,
the opportunity to hang out with Talon or Declan or Puffy.
Not me,
in
apparently.
order to join the band,
Too
they
violent.
have to do like a frat style sort of thing, which is to give you access to their computer.
Well, it would explain why the pile is so big with so many things in there. Because it's not one girl.
Oh god, they're all called Calista.
Well, they all claim Calista during the day.
They can't remember their names, there's too many. Okay.
But of course, how many total are we talking about here? If it was the 5 girls that are talking to Declan, who all naturally saying they're all effectively Calista, are the 3 that also look like Calista actually Calista as well?
They do one day a fortnight.
So you got to find out who's working on Monday.
Damn it, I wish it
And
had
there's a total of 10 of them.
I need to rein it in.
Well, it suited the name Calista McHuman.
Yes, that's
Damn
it.
it! Damn it! Damn it, Calista!
So say you do this to yourselves. But
Okay.
it's so fun.
Yeah, okay, so we will continue the discussion with aiming to find out the schedule of the Calistas and see if we can narrow it down to who's on Monday.
Oh, they point to the first one that Talon had pushed away.
So of course it's the one that Talon rejected.
Of course. Oh.
But that's okay, because
I love
Declan didn't
Here's
reject
a chance for you to make up for offending me.
Declan didn't reject us.
Can we play on? Okay, alright. Okay. I might just stay up the back for a while. Let Desmond and Bolt do the work.
Yeah, Bolt.
Because I need to make it look like I'm not a part of this.
Bolt can be charming when she wants to be, as he wants to be. They're both male goths at the moment. So.
Yeah.
And hey, Poppy in a golf club.
Yeah. Oh.
You got an elf and a wolf. What's not to love?
Yeah, okay, so the intent will be, winning them over on particularly Calista Monday. The
Most of them are happy to do anything for money.
Make sure you've got Calista this Monday, not Calista next Monday.
I was thinking, Calista Monday 1.
Well, then can we just ask them, like, oi, could you do us a favour? And screw the band. If they're like, what about the band?
okay.
She'll be like, that's not happening. You're not good enough. Yeah, you're singing with that girl. Point at me, and I'm like,
This is why you're off to one side.
all that charm
well-
I've got.
Having found out that they all work at the Folly Club on different days, do we get an indication of their attitude towards the Folly Club?
The reason the bathroom's out of order is they did that.
Right.
They weren't allowed to use
Yeah.
it. So it had an accident one night.
And it's fine for them because they've only got to use it one day a fortnight anyway.
Oh, that actually seemed kind of cool. I wish I wasn't so abusive.
May not need the
yeah.
laxatives after all.
Shame to waste.
Plus, they like to plug their data sticks into various stores around the suburbs, and then have the data trail of the various staff show up in really weird places.
Which is possibly why half the rest of the blackmail material on the studio's staff list is. Yeah.
It sort of gives you an idea of just how extensively the group of girls have been screwing with the Poly Club. They're getting paid for the privilege.
And
Indeed.
they're about to be paid more for the privilege of us screwing with them.
This is perfect.
Well, yeah, so certainly Declan's happy to offer them a couple hundred credits each to
Really?
provide support in this operation to.
That much? They're street kids.
So they're asking, which ones are they knifing?
Oh.
No, we don't do kill anyone on this one, not yet.
They're pouring off that
But,
100 credits is a kill pay.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's too many credits. You gotta remember, how much are we paying that Sophie girl? Sophie Dwarf?
A favour.
Oh, a favour. We're not even giving her money. We're gonna outfit this kid hundreds of credits.
Okay. This is Declan's money.
When she turns in that favour, it's going to cost.
Oh, good.
It's not going to be cheap either.
Okay.
When I got the talent, that means you can, oh, there it is. Yeah. Bring up to 50 credits per regular talent to upgrade skill checks and things like that. Yes. But yeah, basically looked into bid them over, pay them to support the operation, but we're not necessarily planning on killing any of them, but hey, we're going to give them a really nice lunch. No. I wouldn't suggest you partake, and
is it
we'll
possible?
take the system and go from there. And meanwhile, we might just modify or replace some of their propaganda material out there, so it looks like the people have to leave the office
So
for the purpose of that.
So what we want is we want to empty out the office from just after lunch onwards.
Yeah.
So we don't necessarily have to, like, I'm pretty sure they don't want some of their mates struck down and hospitalised, but depends on how vindictive they are to their fellow staff members.
You don't need to give them the whole plans.
No, we don't have to give them the plans at all, but it might be that they know how to get the office empty without us having to actually pay for lunch or do the lunch order.
Except the fact that I'm sure they want them to suffer such indignities.
Well, it depends on how much of the plans you're planning to tell them, but
think
there were three people, I think you said, that you identified that were Humanis poly people, and
Yeah, the
We
people who worked out of the office, not the people who were running it.
So yeah, I think more of a case of either emptying the office or going back to Trixie and asking for that thing that'll get everyone high and not care would probably work as a better alternative. And holding on the laxative to send us home meal orders to the actual Humanis people so they can shit themselves in their own home at their own convenience and go to their own hospital under their own emergency hospital care plans.
Only if it's a level 3 tablet.
I mean, like again, Declan's not aware of the other options that we've got for Trixie. So from his perspective, it's a case of, hey, for this evening's work, it's getting the girls to agree to help us out for the afternoon on Monday.
Yep.
And get the office cleared. Help ensure that the appropriate access to the computers are available.
Yeah.
Including also potentially blocking out any or replacing any video footage and stuff that might be in there. Although I expect that's more of a safety thing rather than them, but and yeah. If we then decide that, hang on, we're not going to make them all effectively give them the free option laxative, we're going to rank it down to one, or if there are other options for the fact that, hey, the people who are actually working here aren't necessarily all bad.
They do tell you that only the execs order lunch in. The other staff have to go get their own.
We can add the laxatives to the ordered lunch as suggested. Intercept the ordered lunch and add
most of the office staff go out at lunch to get food because, well, they've got nowhere to store it since the fridge broke.
Broke the fridge. One of the Calistas. Every second Tuesday's Calista. She broke it.
The one with the knife. And the boss is too cheap to buy another one.
Of course.
So dance off with...
and presumably the boss is actually used the receptionist to go and collect their food type stuff anyway.
Well, they pay for one of the delivery boys from a human-only restaurant.
Okay.
They only serve human.
I think that might be...
She says she doesn't really want to eat human, but hey, if that's all they serve.
I was going to say, it might
You're
be...
in a golf club after all.
Yeah.
If we're replacing the delivery person, we might just have to disguise ourselves as human, but that won't be too hard.
Yeah.
I'm sure many of those places will accept a tip for flavouring.
Yeah, that's the other side of it too.
It's not like they haven't done that before. Got one of them unfired.
Unfired?
Yeah, because they were fired, but they never put in the paperwork.
Yeah, okay, right.
New person came in, just kept them on.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, no idea how the crazy mushrooms got in his food. But his screams was satisfying.
So, sounds like you guys have successfully done that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what happens? But now we've still got to get... Oh, wait. We still haven't asked for the codes yet.
Yeah, we'll the codes are probably accompanied by biometric checks, so we'll do that on Monday with them.
Okay.
Right, but it's okay. Like certainly, Declan mentioned the Calista Monday, and offering the credit for all of them. He was saying the fact that, hey, we want to get in there, access their computer system, and have a bit of fun.
Well, yeah, they disabled the biometric check on the front computer because it kept failing.
Oh, in that case, we just need the codes and...
Oh my god.
We just need the
ask them
codes and for
straight
them
up.
to leave the office.
Can we just
But
like...
the point was that
We could just literally
right now to be like, wait.
Yeah, we
Where's
could get
the
the codes now and just set off a stink bomb at lunchtime, and then they'll all leave the office, and then we can do what we want.
Can we just... too easy. We can't just ask them that, right? No?
You could, yes.
Well,
Can I do
Desrin and
that?
Bolt can.
No.
But I don't know. You might be able to try. Depends
I
on-
don't know, apparently. No, I've been too... No, I'm too weird at the moment.
Oh.
I've done too many weird things.
You're the hot chick amongst a group of goths.
Yeah, who's been throwing them into walls when they haven't been useful. Offering them a position in my cool band.
You sound like the abusive older sister.
Yeah. Desmond, can't you just ask them?
And
Like,
you've got to
just-
remember also the fact that by pushing one off into the walls, you probably actually raised your jacket in her eyes. You could, whoa,
I
oh,
what?
cool.
The rocket chick.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it helped my image. I'm so curious.
The three technically, Declan doesn't need to ask whether he obviously will, but he's also bought the information. He bought their reliability and their loyalty. Aside from having the loyalty and generated from being the cool, charming gentleman Goth elf.
Did we go there?
Now, well, the job keeps their club open.
How does they keep their...
So these girls actually effectively run this Goth club, do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
So if you've got a
And if they're getting paid 10 credits an hour,
Mm-hmm.
so rounded off to a generous 100 credits a day.
you'd be looking at like 80 credits a day.
Well, I think being generous is the expensive contract. Hang
I
on.
was going to say, if you're being generous, Humanis definitely aren't.
Yeah, you have to get back to that as well.
Maybe Jake could just sponsor this club and then we can shut the Poly Club down in Redmond and
Don't let me sponsor it.
No,
and
you're
then
hands off.
provide a sponsorship for this club. It's obviously a good round 12 access point.
I was going to say, look, if Shadow had come along, she definitely would sponsor it, because she definitely comes across as goth, considering her name is Shadow. She dresses purely in blacks, rarely shows her face or seeks the sun, and given the choice would live in an abandoned church. So if you don't sponsor it and you tell her about it, she definitely will.
And I thought you liked the inaccuracies in their actual knowledge. I think they're only here on weekends.
What do you mean?
Well,
They have extensive notes, but the notes aren't all accurate.
yeah. Well, if they haven't picked up the fact that Ken different Calista all like, yes. The intelligence services may not be reliable.
Which is possibly why you want one with you when we're accessing the computer. But
So he certainly, Declan, I get the impression, he's certainly confident, and again, Declan can be confident about a lot of things, confident with his bloke, but in this case here, he works on the idea that we won these girls over through a combination of charm, good look, and money,
Violence.
And a little bit of violence.
and and so effectively, they're likely to support almost any action, particularly when it goes against like Barks Poly Club people who they hate. And if they're going to have access to continuous supply money, well, because of the fact that Declan's already paid the next 20 weeks worth of club.
Well,
Yeah.
They do say that if you have trouble at the Poly Club, you really want Stabby Tuesday going in.
Well, can we arrange for Stabby Tuesday to work on Monday?
It's the one currently hugging Bolt.
Well, we'll Bolt ask Stabby Tuesday to work on Monday.
Well, they send you in whenever there's any problems.
We definitely
Problems go away.
We definitely need Stabby Tuesday then, maybe. I don't know.
We're hoping there won't be problems.
That's Stabby Calista to you.
And to be fair, if any Stabby type stuff was going to happen, it might be better that it was controlled by the PK rather than random NPC with a homicidal NPC.
Well, I was really just trying to be amusing because I am actually not there, so I don't know about Stabby Tuesday at all.
No, but again, like, okay, they could think that, if they suggest the idea of, Stabby Tuesday, the better they're going to be in trouble. No, couldn't be any trouble. We'll be in and out, and if you guys can help us provide the appropriate one.
No, she's the one. She's the one who knows all the secrets, is what they say.
Oh, this is the one I threw on.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to make an apology and make up to her, or Bolt's gonna need to do his own persuading.
They only call her Stabby Tuesday because if there's any stabbing needed, she volunteers first.
Right.
That's fine.
Well, in that case, then, yeah. So Declan's certainly happy with the idea that if she's the most confident, if things go wrong, then happy to have her as the available one, assuming that Mooney Monday is happy to take a shift off.
Oh, she doesn't mind. It means she doesn't have to put up with them this week.
His fortnight.
One fortnight, that sucks.
No, that's like the perfect job. If you're managing to sustain a lifestyle,
$80 a day. No,
if you're sustaining a lifestyle of working one day a fortnight, can you imagine?
And they steal from the local shops using the IDs of the other people.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, they are. Look, they got the basics. You don't have to be rich to enjoy a life.
Yeah. Okay.
And because it looks like a goth club, no one else wants to hang out
As I
here.
said, if Shadow were there, she'd greatly admire what these people are doing. She's like, I'm doing it all wrong, running these Shadowrun jobs and running around and working. I need to not just sponsor these people, I need to adopt the name Calista, pick working on Saturdays, because they're not open on Saturdays.
Get your ears docked and apply for a job there.
I don't need my ears docked. I wear a hoodie anyway, so they'll never know. I have so much stealth, they'd have no idea there was an elf working for them.
Particularly if they have no idea that there are 10 different people working for them.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Considering
so little respect for this.
Considering how detailed those dossiers are, the fact that they've missed that there's 10 different.
Have you ever met some of those execs who don't even know the name of their assistant?
Yeah.
So you go get me food.
Yeah.
It's like, what food? What I want.
Yes,
What I get every
what
day.
I get every day.
And if you don't happen to know about what food they get,
quiet lady girl. You're all the same.
Most of the time, it's just do it and then walk off.
Yeah, just do it.
quiet walking piece of meat that is here to carry out my orders.
Yeah. Shut it, boobs.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yes, you have a plan, and as it's after 10:30, it's probably quarter to 11.
I need to go to
So
bed.
I'm going to say we will wrap it up there for tonight.
Definitely bedtime for me.
And next session you get to do the run with the help of Stabby Tuesday.
Am I gonna have to apologise?
I
You don't
don't
want to
think
be
she'll care that
stabbed,
much.
yeah.
I'm not soaked to handle a stab. I've got too much pride to apologise, and I will if I have to. But damn.
A part of me wants to see you apologise just
Okay.
to see you apologise.
I will probably die. Oh no, it will cost me so to apologise. Like, what
Yeah,
do you call
no.
it? It will
Reputation.
Actually, it will cost me to apologise.
I'm still so willing to see that happen, but that's just because there's a part of me that is sadistic, even
So
though I
I'm
play
going to
like
put it
I'm a
on
nice
end
girl.
credits and then we can
It's
chat
still a
afterwards if you want to
Shadowrunner
stay
at the end of
around.
the day.
Yeah.
All good.